You already know this is Punch on Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Dímelo, mi gente. What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, yo, man, it's still a lot of people still buzzing about that Shakur Stevenson performance and victory out there in Madison Square Garden, New York City, my city. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Oh, maybe the Bluetooth. Hold on, let me take this thing out. Yo, yo, yo. What's that? Yo, yo, yo. Let me take this thing out. Hold on. Hey, yo, let me know if y'all hear me, man. That was weird, bro. Hey, yo, let me know if y'all hear me, man. Smash that like. Smash that like. Devin Debo. Hey, yo, anybody in the chat, let me know if y'all hear me, man. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a yes. Give me, you know what I'm saying? 4. Vic in the building. What's good? Low Nose Boxing in the building. Do y'all hear me, man? Come on, man. Where everybody in the chat? Tell me yeah or no. Because my audio would just went, if Debo beats, yes, audio good. All right, thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Everybody's still talking about, still buzzing in the sport of boxing. That's Shakur Stevenson victory over Teofimo Lopez, the 2-time lineal champion. Should have been recognized. Thank you, BK in the building. What's good, man? Yeah, man. Tri-State area was all, man. It was all good. It was all good. It was all good. And everybody want to know what's going to be next. Everybody know what's going to be next. I want people to, you know what I'm saying? Come on, keep on smashing the like button, man. Let that algorithm hit. Let that algorithm hit. There's a lot of things I'm going to be talking about. A lot of things going to be talking about. You see Deontay Wilder out there in the UK, man. Power to the people. Power to the people. You know what I'm saying? Man, he was sounding like Deontay Malcolm X Wilder out there in the UK. He got emotional. You don't know what they done to my people, bro. You don't know, man. I'm from the South. Man, ain't nobody talking about that, man. You just got your ass whooped by about Tyson Fury. You want to bring the whole damn Black Panther and stuff like that? Come on, man. Come on, Deontay Wilder. We all know, hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that there's always going to be some racism. There's always going to be pedos and murderers and all that stuff like that. But come on, man. You don't got to bring the race card. You don't got to pull out the race card out there inside in the UK where they just want to know why you keep on saying that Tyson Fury cheated. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things happening in the sport of boxing. You know? You feel me? And that's a good matchup, too. That's a good matchup right there, man. I think it's going to be a bones and burner out there. Devin versus Deontay Wilder. I think it's going to be a bones and burner. You know what I'm saying? We got Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia back in the ring. Going to be campaigning for the WBC world title, Mario Barrios world title. And I don't hear a lot of people even talking about Mario Barrios next, right? Let's be real, let's be honest. We all want Ryan Garcia to beat Mario Barrios, whether you a fan of Ryan Garcia or not. Because it doesn't seem like a lot of people is like talking about Mario Barrios anyway. Ain't nobody matching up Mario Barrios. Hey, yo, he's the best at the welterweight division and stuff like that. Even though he got the WBC strap. Talking about the WBC strap. Talking about the WBC strap. Shakur Stevenson got stripped by the WBC because we all know what it is. We all know what it is. The WBC, Mauricio Sudamon president, you already know, man. That's just trying to, you know what I'm saying, poke the bear, trying to, you know, that's what you call that? What was the word for it? Retaliation. That's retaliation because Terrence Bud Crawford didn't pay the sanctioning fee. We know what it is. But you know what? It's all good. It's all good because in the end of the day, the only matchup I wanted to see in the lightweight division in reference to Shakur Stevenson fighting who next is Gervonta Tank Davis. And Gervonta Tank Davis, y'all already know, man, he's in legal troubles. He got another warrant out there in Baltimore. Man, I said several years ago, man, after that, when he manhandle his baby mama. I said that throughout his career, he's going to be paying for legal fees. And now you see that Al Heyman, a.k.a. Al Hamon, it looks like, man, he ain't going to be around. Floyd Mayweather is suing Showtime. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, I think that PBC is in trouble. Is Showtime, does Showtime even exist anymore? You suing Showtime? It doesn't even exist. I was thinking about that. How you suing Showtime? It doesn't even exist. Hey, I started to think about this. Like, can you sue something that doesn't exist? Oh, he's suing Steven Espinoza. Why they strip Shakur? You know what it is. BK, you know why they strip Shakur. They strip Shakur because that's retaliation. WBC retaliation. Thinking that Shakur Stevenson, you know, is real tight with Terrence Bud Crawford. And my opinion is that they was trying to, like, you know, take their anger out on Shakur Stevenson. But at the end of the day, we all know that Shakur Stevenson just beat the guy. He's the lineal champion. And for how many years we've been saying that the lineal champion, the Ring Magazine champion, is the champions of all champions. But let me tell you like this, y'all. Let me tell you like this. The best right now, the most prestige belt out of the 4 major sanctioning bodies is the WBO. Outside of the heavyweight division, the WBO is the most prestige belt out of the 4 sanctioning bodies. The most prestige belt is the Ring Magazine. But out of the 4 sanctioning bodies, look, if you want to fight Inoue, he's a WBO champion. You want to fight Bam Rodriguez, he's a WBO champion. The best 147-pound division, Devin Haney, he's a WBO champion. The best 140-pound champion, he's a WBO champion, is Shakur Stevenson. You feel me? In 160, it was Jenovic. I don't know if he still got the world title, but it was Jenovic, right? Right now, outside of the heavyweight division, if you want to be the man, you got to go through the WBO champion. You got to go through the WBO champion. Rico in the building. Mill City in the building. What's good, man? What's good? TB1 in the building. Xander Zayas. You got to go through Xander Zayas in a 154-pound division, the unified champion. Yeah, I like Virgil. I like Boots. But ladies and gentlemen, Xander Zayas is doing his thing by the age of 23. Unify the titles. And y'all already know, Josh Kelly in the 154-pound division. I told y'all about Josh Kelly. Ain't nobody believing Josh Kelly but your boy Mr. Moonshine on this side of the pond. I told y'all. 6 years ago, I told y'all the mega fight in the 154-pound division is going to be Jerome Bruce Ennis versus Josh Kelly. And it's coming through fruition. Yeah, I ate my crow with Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, but I was giving y'all crow with the Josh Kelly versus Bakram. I told you Bakram ain't nothing but a left hook. He's just the Russian version of Subriel Matias. You know? What's good, Jason? I told y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to come to my channel saying, oh, you picked that wrong with Teofimo. All right, I picked it wrong. I told you sometimes I pick it right, sometimes I pick it wrong. But ain't nobody giving me props for the Josh Kelly pick. I thought that Bakram was the boogeyman. Well, I told you that Josh Kelly was going to school, and teach a class to the boogeyman, just like y'all felt that Shakur Stevenson taught Teofimo Lopez. I didn't think it was going to be like that, though. I didn't think my guy was going to go out like that, though. I didn't think my guy Tio was going to go out like that, man. But you know what? There's no excuses because you got to give all the praise to Shakur Stevenson. And I'm also a fan of Shakur Stevenson. We got only 5 people smashing the like button. We got 32 people looking on. Come on now. Come on, why you leave me hanging like that? That's like you coming to my house, trying to come to my house without knocking on the door. The like button is the door, bruh. Smash that like button like if you was smashing your shorty. Stop playing around, man. This is Punch Roll Boxing, the high octane. Stop playing around with your boy, man. Everybody not going to pick a winner right, Rico? Anybody know going to pick the winner? Hey, yo, people be sounding like they geniuses because some of the people don't got boxing content, don't got a boxing channel. They hide behind their pictures, and it's easy just to come at punchy drunky and say, yo, you pick this one. Yeah, like if y'all pick Buster Douglas to beat Mike Tyson, like y'all pick George Cambosa to beat Tio, like y'all pick Andy Ruiz to beat AJ. Everybody want to sound like damn geniuses now and stuff like that. Pause, yeah. Tio's potential opponents. Low Nose Boxer said Tio's potential opponent: Cambosa, Norman Jr., Karen, Chimichurri. Hey, yo, Teofimo Lopez. Next fight, I'm gonna tell you right here, right now. Your boy, Mr. Moonshine, got the answers for everybody. I told you I got the answers for everybody. As we all know, breaking news. Breaking news. Whether you like it or not, breaking news. Teofimo Lopez is not going to fire his dad. Is not going to fire Teofimo Lopez Sr., the 2020 Trainer of the Year. So all the channels, I'm going to tell you right now, all the channels, public publications, Boxing Scene, Ring Magazine, Seconds Out, everybody that got a website. Ladies and gentlemen, Punch Drunk Boxing is reporting Teofimo Lopez is not going to fire his dad. He's not going to fire his dad. And the people like it or not going to fire his dad. Not going to fire his dad. Let me know what y'all think about that. There's people out there that be like, yo, you heard what Tio said in the corner? Yo, where's your power? Where's your power? Do what you gotta do in sparring. What happened? Come on, bro. Hey, yo, you know I was in the garden, so I didn't catch what everything was said in the corner. Shout out to Tio Senior, bro. Hey, yo, he's made for TV. Y'all can't front. He's made for TV. You know, I'm gonna say it like this. When Tio Senior doesn't talk, everybody be like, hey, yo, Punch, where's Tio Senior? Yo, where's Tio Senior? And then when Tio Senior shows up, y'all be like, yo, that man gotta shut up. Nah, fuck that. Tio Senior, keep on talking. He said, well, Tio will continue to struggle. All right. So what? So what? At the end of the day, man, Teofimo Lopez wants this journey with his dad. Just like Danny Sue Garcia wants this journey with his dad. Just like Kenny Porter wants this journey with his dad. Which I think y'all gonna watch. A perfect fighter. At the end of the day, let me tell you like this, folks. Let me tell you like this. Whether y'all people like it or not, whether y'all want to keep it real or not. Let me tell you like this. It does not matter. If any fighter has Angelo Dundee, Emmanuel Stewart, Customato in the corner at the same time. If you don't have chemistry, it ain't gonna work. If you don't execute, it don't matter what game plan there is. If the fighter don't execute, hey, it is what it is. Is Derrick James a bad trainer because Earl Spence didn't execute versus Terrence Bud Crawford? No. He's not a bad trainer because of that. Huh? You feel me? He's not a bad trainer because of that. You guys are going by. Look, I understand the snippets, right? The snippets that the zone capture. And shout out to the zone, salute to the zone, and salute to everybody, all the promoters and stuff like that. But if you look at it, let me tell you like this, folks. I want you to really be objective about this. Be objective. Be objective. Go back to the videos, right? Go back to the corner. And actually try not to listen to Senior. Listen to what Stacy is telling Teofimo Lopez. Go back to the snippets. Go back to the instructions that Tio Senior was giving him. But on the other side, on Teofimo Lopez's right ear, Stacy is giving him instructions. Now tell me what Stacy was telling Tio. Because of course, everybody just looking at what Teofimo Lopez Senior is saying. Remember what a lot of people be saying. Tio Senior in the corner, he is going to give instruction, but he's also a motivator and also the father. He's a father, trainer, and a motivator to his son, right? But Stacy is the trainer, right? He trained with Stacy, but Stacy was giving Teofimo Lopez instructions. Guess what? Tio didn't execute. That's why Tio, after the fight, was saying, hey, yo, my corner did a good job. The game plan, they had a great game plan. I didn't execute. Teofimo Lopez didn't. Teofimo Lopez said, I didn't execute. He didn't blame it on Stacy. He didn't blame it on his dad. A lot of people was going by what his dad was saying, because while his dad is saying, yo, what's happening to you, the Stacy, who he trained with, was giving him some instructions. Am I right or wrong? Everybody, when you get the chance or whatever, go to your laptop right now while you watching Punch Drunk Boxing, right, and listen to what Stacy was telling Teofimo Lopez throughout the corner. He was telling him to throw the jab. He was telling him to press him. He was telling him to push him. He's trying to tell him to overwhelm Shakur Stevenson. He was telling him to push him back. You know what I'm saying? He was giving all the introductions that was needed, but Tio himself, who said in after the fight, he didn't execute. So it doesn't matter who is going to be the trainer. Everybody's always looking for a scapegoat, right? Everybody always going to be looking for a scapegoat. And let me say it like this. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Hey, yo, let's be real. Let's be honest. Teofimo Lopez Sr. was saying what all y'all was saying watching the fight. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Teofimo Lopez Sr. was saying exactly what all y'all was saying throughout the fight. Everybody was saying, where's Teofimo Lopez power at 140-pound division? Teo said that. Teo Sr. said that. Huh? What's going on? Use your jab, blah, blah. All y'all was saying that. Yo, use your athleticism. Use your athleticism. Pushing back. All y'all was saying that. Teo Sr. was actually y'all voices. I was hearing it. I was in MSG. So I didn't hear Teofimo Lopez Sr. because I was in the garden. But when I caught it back, when I caught the highlights and I caught the whole fight, everything that Teofimo Lopez Sr. was saying, the fans were saying. Why y'all mad? Oh, yeah. Oh, because he's going to give the proper instruction like a head coach. Yes, that's his job as a head coach. But let's not forget, just like y'all always ask Teofimo Lopez that he needs help, that he needs another trainer. He did have another trainer. It's Stacy. Teofimo Lopez, Teofimo Lopez did not get to the position where he's at because they're dumb. You understand? He didn't get to the position. He didn't gain all that skills and talent because there was not other trainers helping out Teofimo Lopez along the way. Let's not forget that Teofimo Lopez Sr., let me say it like this. As much as erratic or boisterous that Teofimo Lopez Sr. can be, look, let's not forget that it's Teofimo Lopez Sr. that be hiring the coaches to be coaching his son. Let's not forget that Teofimo Lopez Sr., when your people talk about, hey, yo, what about Joey Gamache? Teofimo Lopez Sr. hired Joey Gamache. When you're talking about Teofimo Lopez coming up with the Gary Russell family, what you think that is Teofimo Lopez Sr. at the age of 8, 9, 10 that is just strolling to the DMV all by himself? No, that's Teofimo Lopez Sr. taking him to Gary Russell Sr. God rest his soul, rest in peace. You understand? So even the way that Teofimo Lopez Sr. has managed to get him Joey Gamache, Jorge Rubio, Milton McCroy, you know what I'm saying? That's the guy that actually taught Teofimo Lopez how to box. They brought him back in for the fight versus Ona Barbosa, in which a lot of people feel like it was great. Now, this is what I'm gonna say about the Lopez team. If things are working, why not keep these guys? That's a great question. See, ladies and gentlemen, since people be like, yo, Punch, but that's your people, that you know them. Shout out to the fam, shout out to the family, shout out to Teofimo Lopez Sr., shout out to Teofimo Lopez, shout out to Mama Lopez, shout out to the sis, shout out to the family, shout out to the gang, right? So let me tell you how to actually ask the right questions and not ask an emotional question or make an emotional options of, yo, just fire your father. Because I'm going to tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen. The breaking news is he's not going to fire his father. So get that out of your head. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. 1 week at someone else's gym isn't good enough, Punch. Hey, I'm going to tell you like this. Guys, ask the right questions so they could give you a legitimate, logical, good answer or right answer. Something you could understand, right? So the question is that Teofimo Lopez doesn't need a new trainer. You want to ask, does Teofimo Lopez need to change the main voice in the corner during the fight? Because y'all feel the instructions is not given. Because Teofimo Lopez does get trainers. Teofimo Lopez always work with a new trainer. Now that's another question you could ask as a boxing fan. Teo, if it's working with Joey Gamache versus when you had it versus Richard Comey and Lomachenko, where is Joey Gamache? That's a good question. You know what I'm saying? If things are working and your biggest wins, epic wins, knockout victory versus Richard Comey, why not get the same guy that helped y'all get y'all best victory? That's a good question. So then they're gonna answer, and so then you ask them and they'll answer like, okay, damn, why we didn't invest in enhancing our greatness when everything was working on all cylinders? Another question. If Milton McCroy did so good, and Teofimo Lopez looked so athletic. He was throwing a lot of punches. He was throwing a lot of jabs. Everything was working working on all cylinders. Where was Milton McCroy leading up to the Shakur Stevenson fight? Why is he not there? See, those are legitimate questions that that the boxing world should ask Teo and his dad. Why bring in some new people when it was working with the likes of Joey Gamache, like it was working with Milton McCroy, Jorge Rubio? We saw his defense versus Pedro Compa. And we seen the stick work from Jorge Rubio, the Cuban style, and Teofimo Lopez, his defense and reflex. If you go back to the Pedro Compa, was looking very, very good, right? Everybody put it this way. Everybody was asking the question of what happened with Eddie Reynoso. The same question y'all was asking Teo and Senior, what happened with Eddie Reynoso, and it was a big story. Y'all should have been asking the guys that was having success with Teofimo Lopez in the corner or in training camp. What happened with Jorge Rubio? What happened with Joey Gamache? What happened with Milton McCroy? Those are the questions now. Those are the legitimate questions y'all can ask Teo, because Teofimo Lopez Sr. is not going anywhere. So the legitimate question is, what is going on? Why these guys, when they're highly successful, is not there? Whenever you make millions of dollars, one losing. You know? Who was sparring with Teo? Because we all know that Shakur Stevenson is sparring with Terrence Bud Crawford. Teo knows that Shakur Stevenson is sparring with Terrence Bud Crawford, working out with Keyshawn Davis, former champion, is sharpening his tools with the best of the best. Got Andre Ward, got Floyd Mayweather, and Teofimo Lopez is a millionaire. How much you're spending on your camp? How much investing are you investing on the preparation versus a guy like Shakur Stevenson, like a guy like, I'm gonna say it like this, and I know that y'all know the story. Y'all know hardcore. If y'all a hardcore boxing fan. At this level, you got to invest. You a millionaire, you got to pay thousands. You got to pay great sparring, great strength and conditioning coach, nutritionist. You are a high-level professional around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the same people that's around, hey, yo, let me tell you like this. LeBron James is not training with his high school and junior high school people. All right? He got the top-of-the-line trainers, top-of-the-line nutritionists, and look at Shakur Stevenson as well, and look at all the greats of the greats. Hey, yo, let me tell you like this: all these fighters was getting snack, the best of the best, snack, right? They got the best of the best. They had Victor Conte, God rest his soul, right? They was invested in their career, right? So the proper question is, what did Teo, who is Teo sparring, coaching, nutritionist, the chemistry between the coaches and stuff like that? Why changes were done when things was going well? Those are proper questions, so then they could go back to the drawing board and see, okay, we were successful. Why did we let this man go? Is it ego? Is it this? Now, the best fight to make. Now, of course, everybody's saying, we got to move forward, right? What's next? What's good? What's good? What's good, Wiz? What's good? Joaquin, what's good? View message. What's this? Teo there with Joey from the show because the other night was Bob. What's that? Christian in the building. Those are the proper questions. Those are the good questions that boxing fans should ask. Instead of saying, you should fire your father. What's that going to do? What that's going to do? That ain't going to do nothing. Because at the end of the day, a fighter needs his chemistry. Look at, for example, Ryan Garcia got Eddie Reynoso. Did it work? Ryan Garcia got Goosen. Did it work? Ryan Garcia got Derrick James. Did it work? Did it work? Is Derrick James a bad trainer? No, he's not a bad trainer. That doesn't matter. It does not matter, man. Derrick James was with Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo fought way different with Canelo Alvarez that he did in 154. Is he a bad trainer? No. He cool, keep his fall. That's what got him there. Facts. Facts. Punch, Tio not like that. I was surprised how easy Shakur. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I feel like Tio held back. I look, as much as y'all look again, no Shakur 100% credit. 100% credit, because that doesn't mean if Teofimo Lopez would have done what the game plan was, that still Shakur was not. Shakur, I think, is smart enough that he probably would have adjusted to it or whatever. But the only way that I could look at this unbiasedly, logically, objectively, looking at the fighter that we've been looking since the amateurs, seems like Teofimo Lopez held back. I agree with Tio Sr. That was not Tio in that ring. There's one thing when somebody takes something away from you, but it's one thing where you're not even attempting to do what you're capable of doing. Where you're not attempting it, I'll give you one example. You could see it one way or you could see it another way. I remember Teofimo Lopez versus Vasily Lomachenko. A lot of people said that Vasily Lomachenko was downloading data and didn't want to throw punches. Guys like me said, nah, Teofimo Lopez had Lomachenko in handcuffs. So a lot of people saying, no, Lomachenko just did it, was downloading. That's not Vasily Lomachenko. He just was picking his time, and that wasn't Tio that put Loma in handcuff. That was Loma who decided not to throw punches. So when I look at Teofimo Lopez, I didn't see Teofimo Lopez doubling the jab, quadrupling the jab. I see Teofimo Lopez throwing combinations. I ain't see Teofimo Lopez even try to do that. So I could see Shakur Stevenson did a hell of a job, but I feel like Teofimo Lopez did not even attempt to do what the game plan was. I don't feel like he attempted to do it. Because I'm going to tell you like this. When Teofimo Lopez attempted to do it, every time, in the little bit that Teofimo Lopez did attempt to throw combinations, to go to the body, to impose his athleticism and throwing combinations, while Stacy was telling him, push him back. When Teofimo Lopez in the second round, when Teofimo Lopez in the 8th round. And remember, Teofimo Lopez was like this on the crowd. So when Teofimo Lopez went like this in the crowd, he wired himself up and went at Shakur Stevenson, threw body punches, got him on the ropes. And when I was watching the fight, I'm like, yo, but Tio, you could do this whenever you want. Why not even? What was holding you back? And then I saw in those 2 times that he did that. He got Shakur Stevenson in the ropes. He went back, he stepped back and went back in the middle of the ring. And I'm saying in my mind, why is Teofimo Lopez stepping back? You got him where you want him. That was, look, I've looked at this fight enough. I look at this fight I was there in the arena. I look at this fight three or 4 times, bro, to be honest. Because I wanted to see. I love the way that Shakur Stevenson was you know what I'm saying, neutralizing his power when he's throwing him shots by stepping on his toes and stuff like that. The footing was the keeping him off balance. That was masterful. His jab, his counter jab, masterful. When Teofimo Lopez was trying to land that jab, you know what I'm saying, and Shakur Stevenson was just on his foot. It made him off balance. It made the power. It took steam off the powers. So Shakur Stevenson did a hell of a job in neutralizing the power, the accuracy of Teofimo Lopez punches. But that's why I always say you're not going to beat Shakur Stevenson or do well versus Shakur Stevenson throwing single shots. You're not going to do it single shots or even double shots. That's why I said leading up to the fight that Teofimo Lopez would need to throw 3 to 4 combination of punches, because right there we all know that Shakur Stevenson is a guy that moves on front and back. He's not this side-to-side type of guy. He's boom, boom. So you throw combinations, boom. He end up where Teofimo Lopez got him on the ropes in that 8th round. And I said, damn, Teofimo Lopez going to do this all day. That doesn't mean you're going to land all these punches, but you're going to keep Shakur Stevenson way more honest and think way more defensive than him being comfortable in the middle of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Picking his shots and making you look, you know what I'm saying, like a beginner. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez fought highly predictable. That's not Teofimo Lopez style. Teofimo Lopez is unpredictable. So when you look predictable, I feel like something is going on. You're not switching up. You're not enhancing it. You're not adjusting. You getting it. You getting it. And I said it again. when y'all listening to the snippets of Teofimo Lopez Sr., where everybody is talking about, where everybody listen to what Stacy is telling Teo, he's getting the proper instructions. Teo Sr. is giving the motivational instructions, while Stacy, the second-hand coach in which everybody else have, and they have a voice, and he was training with Stacy, a legitimate trainer, right? For 30 years, Teo is not executing the game plan. Now, the question is going to be also this. If, because I like the dynamic duo. I like Teofimo Lopez Sr. to stay in his son's corner. I'm a channel that been saying that fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing. I want Bill Haney to stay in the corner of Devin Haney. I want Shingo Inoue to stay in the corner of Inoue. I want Virgil Ortiz Sr. to stay in Virgil Ortiz's corner. I want Henry Garcia to stay in Ryan Garcia's corner. I want Bozier to stay in his corner. I always say that fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing. There ain't nothing more beautiful than you seeing a father build his son from scratch and get him to the position that they got him in. Shout out to the fathers. They doing a hell of a job. Just because you lose one time, if you lose one time, even two times, and you're still successful, you're still in position, and you fire your dad, for me, that's more unloyal than anything. Because there's a lot of fighters out here that be just kicking their trainers to the curb when they're about to get that money. That's unfair as well. I didn't like that Andy Ruiz fired his trainer after the second fight with AJ. Oh, now that you getting that big money, now you fire the trainer, the guy that's been there since day one. That's fucked up too. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fighters out here that your trainer gets you to the mountaintop. I'm going to give you another example. George Camboso. Javier Centeno is a great coach, and nobody is talking about it. Javier Centeno, the same coach of Xander Zayas, right? Guess what George Camboso did after the first fight with Teofimo Lopez? Oh, now he getting that big payday, and he fired Javier for Centeno. Matter of fact, he didn't even fire Javier Centeno like that. He just didn't pay him. I think that's fucked up as well, because then in the second fight, he's getting $5 million. And then he's getting $2 to $3 million in the rematch with Devin the Dream Haney. So now he's now he got you to the promised land. And now you know what they say? Nah, let me get my father in, you know what I'm saying? Or let me get the other trainers in, and we're going to break bread. That's fucked up as well. That's effed up as well. Good looking out, mister. Good looking out. Appreciate you. Hog said Teo will be back. He got good resilience. Facts. A lot of people, hey, yo, put it this way. When everybody was making fun of Shakur Stevenson after the Edgar de los Santos fight, ain't nobody, I'm going to tell you like this. Another thing is, nobody gave Wally credit. Ain't nobody right now in the sport of boxing saying that Wally is a genius in defense. One of the best defensive coach in the sport of boxing. Huh? Shakur Stevenson is pound for pound top 3. And I don't hear anybody saying that Wally should be trainer of the year in none of those years. So if Shakur Stevenson would have lost yesterday, this past Saturday, y'all would have said that Wally should not be the trainer. As a matter of fact, a lot of people in the sport in the sport of boxing, y'all so fucked up. Y'all give Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward all the credit for Shakur Stevenson to beat Teofimo Lopez, and y'all don't give Wally the credit. I'm not here the praise of Wally like y'all praise Eddie Reynoso, like y'all praise Robert Garcia. Why y'all not praising Wally? See, that's what I mean about the boxing world. Y'all like to pick and choose who to give credit, who to shit on. In this community, in the YTBC, in the boxing community, I have yet to hear anybody give masterful credit to Wally. Nobody said that he's a masterful genius in building Shakur Stevenson. Y'all give the credit to Terrence Crawford like he trained Shakur Stevenson. Y'all will give everybody else the credit and not give Wally the credit. Where's Wally in the trainer of the year? You know what I'm saying? List. Since Shakur Stevenson is the best defensive fighter, the genius, the IQ, everything. Y'all don't give credit to Wally. Y'all don't give credit to his grandfather. So a lot of people was talking about, oh, these father trainers. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, let me say it like this. Inoue, pound for pound, top 3. He got a father in the corner. Shakur, top 3. He got a father in the corner. Devin Haney, top 10. He got a father in the corner. Teofimo Lopez, top 10. He had a father. He got a father in the corner. A lot of these father trainers doing a hell of a job, bro. And also, let's not forget, when we're giving credit to Virgil Ortiz in the 154-pound division, Virgil Ortiz Sr. stays in the corner. All shout out to Robert Garcia, but listen to Virgil Ortiz Sr. He built his son. Bozy built his son. The beautiful thing about the sport of boxing, these father and trainers, see, in every other sport, everybody always talking about, oh man, fatherless children in the community as well. Now, in boxing, fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing. And in boxing, I'm tired of people always saying these sons need to fire their fathers. Only in the Black and Latino community, I never hear no other community say that they need that Lomachenko need to fire Papachenko. Y'all just do that to Bill Haney, Brian Oman Sr., Teofimo Lopez Sr., Henry Garcia, Crazy Angel with Danny Garcia, Kenny Porter when he was active, just because y'all don't like that they're so outspoken. Y'all don't like the confidence that they have for their sons. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I'll be the same way. Punch Tio needs a new trainer. You're trying to justify. Again, you're not listening, folks. You're not listening. Michael said, Punch, Tio needs a new trainer. You're trying to justify Tio Sr., but it's kind of selfish on his part. He got Tio far enough. Great job, but Sr. needs to play the assistant coach. My brother, Tio always had a trainer. You're talking about the voice in the corner. Do you understand? Listen to me. Tio always have a trainer. He goes into training camp with new trainers. That's why you see Stacy, Milton McCroy, Joey Gamache. That is not what you're trying to say. What you want to say is that you want Tio to have the main voice. You want him to change the main voice on fight night. Tio Sr. trains, but Tio trains with other trainers as well, bro. So get a new trainer narrative is not what you're really looking for. Now, I'm going to say this. If, and this is on Tio, look, at the end of the day, if a son doesn't want to leave his dad, more power to him. You want to go into war who you comfortable with, who you have chemistry with. He trusts his dad no matter what. Y'all guys may not trust him. You guys may not trust his dad. As a matter of fact, ain't none of y'all in the gym with him. I ain't never seen nobody in the chair over here in the gym with Teofimo Lopez and his dad. I've been in the gym. And I say, you know what? You know what, Tio? I remember I went to one of the camps. And I say, yo, Senior, we got to do a video of you training. Because I don't think a lot of people understand. And I'm like, Tio Senior is a good trainer, bro. Like, I've been to a camp. He's a hands-on trainer. And I remember after sparring, I think that Teofimo Lopez did like 10 round sparring. And Senior was telling him, do this. And I remember it was the 7th round. When Senior got on his son, right? And then Tio started executing exactly what his father was telling him to do. And he was going to the body. Teofimo Lopez was training, I believe, a light heavyweight or super middleweight in preparation, right? He was sparring a super middleweight. This dude I forgot his name, Golden Glove winner or something like that. Teofimo Lopez hurt this guy to the body. They was working on body shots, right? And after the sparring, right? Tio said, that's what's happening. I gotta listen to my dad. I wish that I could have recorded the training and the instructions and all of that, so y'all could understand, because I think that y'all look at him like a clown or whatever. He's boisterous, he drunk and all that shit. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, Teofimo Lopez Sr. drunk is better than a lot of these trainers sober. Okay, that is who he is, bruh. Hey, let me tell you like this, man, whether people like it or not. These dudes, at this point of their career, they're well-oiled machines, man. They're well-oiled machines. That's like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, when Roger got suspended. Remember, Roger was out the corner versus Ab Judah? Floyd Mayweather was all alone. In the next fight, It was him and Len Ellaby. Len Ellaby is not a trainer. That means everything is already recorded. Everything they learn is right here. Floyd Mayweather, and I said this a while ago, and I'm not comparing Floyd Mayweather to Teo. I'm comparing that Teofimo Lopez was brought up by a dad. Floyd Mayweather fight just like Floyd Mayweather Sr. Roger didn't change Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, y'all seen him in the corner, but he fights like his dad. Everybody knows that. Everybody in the sport of boxing understands that. Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight exactly like Floyd Mayweather Sr. It don't matter if Roger Mayweather was as the main coach during the fight and stuff like that. That's it. Floyd Mayweather's already a well-oiled machine. And if you used to look at Floyd Mayweather fight, guess who's in the front row giving instructions? Go back to those fights where you see Roger. If you see the whole fight, Floyd Mayweather's like this. Listen to his dad. Come on now, Floyd, do this and do that. Floyd Mayweather Sr. will be right there in the front row on the side of Floyd Mayweather. Maybe that's something that's an option as well. In the end of the day, Senior is always going to be there. Win, lose, or draw. Now, I understand how people are mad that he left the ring and stuff like that, and I agree. And I said it to I said it to Teo Senior. Don't ever do that again. Come on, man. Your son needs you. You already know the whole world is gonna come crashing down on your son. You should have never got out the ring. Should have never left him. I told that to Senior personally, right after the fight. After the fight, Teo fight like his dad. No. It don't look like Senior is well-oiled machine. Teo look real basic. But that's Teo. You got to put that on Teo not executing the game plan as well. You got to put that on Teo. It looked like Teo didn't execute what Stacy was telling him, and Teo wasn't motivated by his dad and what he was telling him. So right there, the fighter, they can't fight for you. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people saying, oh, change the trainer. It don't matter if Customato was in the corner and Customato was telling Teo to do this. If Teo don't do that, it don't execute. It's not on the trainers, guys. I got Teo, guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all looking for a scapegoat. It's not, look. I feel a team, they win together and they lose together. You know what I'm saying? Teo looked like an amateur out there. Teo didn't look like Teo. And it's fair to say that Shakur made him look like that, but it's also fair to say that Teo didn't even attempt to do what he could do. That was straight off the bat. He looked it flat straight off the bat. He took his power. Yeah, his power wasn't even. The clip of Teo Senior saying, "Where's your power?" The whole everybody that was around where I was sitting at was saying the same shit. Everything Teofimo Lopez Sr. was saying, the fans were saying it. Teo Senior actually echoed what everybody felt. As much as people want to criticize exactly what he was saying, that's how everybody felt. Where's Teo's power? Why he ain't going after him? Why he's not throwing combinations? Why he's not adjusting? Everything that Teo Senior was saying is actually, when I look back, is what I was thinking when I was looking at the fight. He said Teo Senior doesn't give good instructions at all. What happened to your power, bro? Y'all going with the snippets. That's what I'm saying. Y'all going with the snippets. Y'all keep on. Everybody's saying the same thing because that's what it was called. Let me tell you like this: instructions do not start in between the rounds. Instructions is given throughout the fight. So by the time, ding ding, boom, he gets on the stool, and now you giving instructions, and now the camera's on instruction. What do you think, that Teo Senior and Stacy is staying shut while he's fighting? What did Shakur Stevenson say in his latest interview? They were giving him instructions on what to do while he was fighting. You think throughout the fight that Teo Senior saying, "Where's your power? Where's your power? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, be more athletic, bro. Nah, man, y'all never went to a fight before? The instructions don't just start in between the rounds. Hey, yo, every father trainer have showed that type of energy to their son. Every father trainer. Every father trainer in the history of the boxing have showed that type of emotions. Floyd Mayweather, I told you the other day, Floyd Mayweather Senior, when he was telling Floyd Mayweather, why you fighting scared, Floyd? Floyd, little Floyd, why you fighting scared? Go fight him. Fight him, stop fighting scared. Was that instructions? Are you going to question Floyd Mayweather Senior's training ability? When Tito Trinidad Sr. used to smack up Tito Trinidad Jr., huh? Are you going to say that Tito Trinidad Sr. didn't know how to train? All of them are the same way, bro. All of them. All of them. They're the same. Crazy Angel, Kenny Porter, all of them is the same. All of them. All of them. They also have an emotional attachment, whether like it or wrong. Sometimes an emotional attachment is good and sometimes it's bad. You don't even have to have a relative. Look at Teddy Atlas. Everybody always credit Teddy Atlas when he was talking about the fireman and all that motivational speech that he gave Michael Moore. That ain't no damn real X and O instructions. But everybody love it. Everybody love Virgil Hunter instructions when he gave Andre Ward when he got dropped by Kovalev. Was that instructions or that was motivation? He said, no disrespect, but you all over the place tonight. I don't know, man. I'm punch run boxing, man. I break it down the way that I break it down. I don't know. Y'all let Punch keep capping for T.O. Pops. It will be. I'm keeping it real. What y'all want to hear is fire your dad. Y'all want me to say the same thing. I'm giving y'all insight. I'm giving y'all the real. Whether you like it or not, T.O. Jr. said he's not gonna fire his dad. Now what? Now what? What you want me to say? What you want me to say? To fire him? No. Nope. Nope. I think that T.O. Jr. should have executed the game plan. That's what T.O. should have done. Punch, I think T.O. and T.O. Sr. honestly slept on Shakur and didn't. Nah. I don't think they slept on him. They didn't sleep on him. T.O. did not execute. T.O. did not try to execute the game plan. You are not keeping it real, my boy. You're defending your friend. How am I defending my friend, bro? How I'm defending? How I'm defending my friend, TJ? Let me know. How I'm defending my friend. Which friend you talking about? I'm defending T.O. Jr., T.O. Sr., who I'm defending. Who I'm defending. First, they used to call me a Devin Haney hater. And I remember when Bill Haney was not going to train Devin Haney. And I even said, yo, Bill, stay with your son, bro. Leading up to the Jorge Linares fight. I said, I did a video about it. But I'm a Devin Haney hater. I should have been like, hey, yo, Devin, fire Bill Haney. I keep it consistent. Since day one in Punch Run Boxing, my first podcast episode is fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing. I've done videos about not firing the trainers. What are you talking about? Tell Ryan Garcia and Henry Garcia what I said to them. Yo, forget about all these trainers. Get your father back. What are you talking about, bro? You guys just come to my channel like once in a blue moon and act like I haven't kept that same energy. Dímelo, Caesar, sácalo. 5 pesos de super chari parique. Yo, Punch, question. If T.O. follows game plan, what is the outcome is still the same? No, I think it would have been a whole different fight. Not sure if I believe that Shakur Stevenson is smart enough to adjust, right? So I'm not saying that if he would have followed the game plan, that Shakur Stevenson was not going to adjust or Tio would have won. What I'm saying is that was not. Tio didn't do nothing with the game plan and tell him to do. The game plan was to establish and throw double the jab, shift, combination after combinations, 3-4 combinations. Don't throw just single shots. Don't wait 2 to 3 seconds without throwing some shots and overwhelm Shakur Stevenson, push him back, use the athleticism and strength. Tio didn't do none of that. So no, he did not follow the game plan. He did not attempt to follow the game plan. At least if he would have followed the game plan and Shakur Stevenson would have adjusted, at least if he would have attempted and Shakur Stevenson would have adjusted, I think that Teofimo Lopez Sr. would have been happy with the result if Shakur Stevenson would have won regardless. But him attempting not to do it was intel for him to do, didn't even attempt it. And when he did attempt it in those little spots in the 2nd and the 8th round, it was successful. And all they were saying, man, after the 8th round, go into the 9th round, do it again. Do it again. Shakur Stevenson didn't have an answer for it. Shakur Stevenson would not counter when you throw in combination of punches. He's very, very great. Awesome if you're going to throw some single shots. He's going to get you. Shakur's going to get you. That shit is easy work. 1 or 2. Teofimo Lopez looked at highly predictable. Teofimo Lopez let his foot be stomped on for the whole fight. Teofimo Lopez didn't throw combinations. Teofimo Lopez didn't impose his will. Teofimo Lopez didn't look like the most athletic fighter in there. Teofimo Lopez did not adjust. Teofimo Lopez looked like a highly predictable fighter. Jab was not accurate. Power punches was not there. It just didn't look. It didn't even look like a Tio, my opinion. And people could say, well, Shakur made him look like that. But I just feel like Shakur, Tio didn't even attempt it. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Cristian Padilla con los 10 pesos de Super Chari Perique me dice, I think the boos from the crowd when they announced Tio in the beginning got him before the fight. He didn't like it. Reason why he apologized to the crowd afterwards. Tio needs to feel the love. I'm going to tell you like this, man. That could be something as well. Like, I feel like, I think when it comes to Tio, it's more physical it's more mental than physical. But if you don't got that mental at 100%, it doesn't matter what type of physical gift you got. This is the strongest muscle. This is the strongest, thickest muscle right here. So if you believe that it was that the boos, that he needs to feel the love, let me tell you like this, man. At this point, the love ain't gonna come. Teofimo Lopez is one of the villains in the sport of boxing. It is what it is. Now I think that Teofimo Lopez, and I told Teofimo Lopez himself, I feel like, you know, I feel he didn't fight with motivation. I think he fought like him getting snubbed, his accomplishment getting snubbed, him not being in the pound for pound, leading up to the fight, all the fighters, all the legends and the fighters picked against Teofimo Lopez. 99% of the boxing world picked against Teofimo Lopez. I feel like, in my opinion, he didn't give me the answer, but in my opinion, I think the lack of respect, the lack of acknowledgement of his legacy, 2-time lineal champion, not even in the pound for pound list. The media doesn't respect him. Pundits doesn't respect him. His fans, there was way more Shakur fans. I think you could tell by the end of that press conference. You could tell by the end of the press conference when Shakur, Wally, and Jay Prince never talk. Hey, yo, this is the most I ever heard Jay Prince talk. Since he's been in boxing, that press conference is the most I've heard Jay Prince talk. There's one line I didn't like. There's one line I did not like in that press conference that Tio said to Jay Prince that I'm like, it felt like Jay Prince may have gotten. You know what I'm saying? When Jay Prince says, yo, it's not personal. is business. I tricked you into it. And then Tio was replying, well, you know where my mother, you know where my wife and my kids live at. You've been in my house. I'm saying like, almost like indicating like that he could be got, that there's something more than just boxing there. Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you really believe when see, I ain't scared of you. You know, when somebody say I ain't scared of you, what that implies. I didn't like the I don't know if it got, but I see the energy shifted. I see the energy change after that. After, and not after, but after a while in that final press conference. He said excuses. No excuses. Man, I'm out. This is ridiculous. What is excuse? What y'all talking about? I don't understand some of y'all folks. I don't understand how y'all want me to talk, bro. Like, I'm giving all sides of shit. Like, I'm giving y'all the mental, the physical part, the game plan, all that. Well, all right. I guess this is what y'all want me to hear. TJ, he said, man, I'm out this. Okay. He should fire the father. That's it. Should I say like 16 times for the next 3 hours? For the next 3 hours. Porque yo no puedo hablar con esta gente. What the fuck excuses I'm saying? I'm not even, I'm saying that Shakur Stevenson beat Teofimo Lopez 100%. Well, what y'all mean? Like, what y'all want me to talk about? Some of y'all. Oh, excuses. Oh, this. What the fuck was excuse? I'm not even giving no excuses. In the end of the day, we're going to have to figure out what happened in that fight. We're trying to figure out. Shakur Stevenson got the best of Tio. Did y'all see the best of Tio? Did y'all see Tio attempt to display all the intangibles that he got? That's like me saying Shakur Stevenson when he ran from Edo de los Santos was uncharacteristic. Now that's not Shakur Stevenson. I did a video about that. No, that's not Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson got to be hurt. Go check out the live. Shakur Stevenson got to be hurt because he didn't run versus Herring. He didn't run versus Oscar Valdez. He didn't run versus Concepcion. That's not Shakur Stevenson. Something got to happen to Shakur Stevenson. Then after the fight, they said that Shakur Stevenson had a bad hand. The same thing I said about Gervonta Tank Davis. Nah, they ain't fight that ain't Tank. Something got to be wrong. After the fight, his hand was hurt or fractured, whatever it was, leading up to the fight. Now you bring up Jay Prince. Why bring up Jay Prince? We bring up Al Heyman managers, Keith Connolly and Bill Haney. Why we can't bring Jay Prince? Jay Prince is the manager of Shakur, right? Isn't Jay Prince allegedly the guy that got Floyd Mayweather out the contract of the top ranked contract, right? There is a reputation that Jay Prince is a powerful man outside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Gangster ties and all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. So I said maybe did Jay Prince get in the mental of Teofimo? I'm adding that into the mix. You guys are look at this guy like his excuses. I'm adding that to the mix because physical and mental is part of the game. Punch, they not fight fans. They fans of fighters, aka fanboys. So Mr. T, whoever, what are the excuses I'm covering? I'm giving y'all some incentive. Did Tio fight or attempted to fight to the best of his ability? Maybe the best of his ability still, Shakur got him. Tio was outclassed. He was outclassed, Mr. T. Mr. T, Tio was outclassed in every facet of the game. You know? But what I'm saying is, if you don't execute the game plan, it don't matter what trainer you got. That's what I'm saying. So if the answer is the answer if you're getting the instruction and the game plan. Remember, I said this, folks. Again, listen up. Go back to the snippets. Try as much as you can. You already listened to what Tio Sr. said in those clips. Listen to Stacy, the man that trained him leading up to the fight, that came up with the game plan leading up to the fight as well. Listen to what he's telling Tio, meaning that Tio is already getting instructions. He's getting the instructions. You understand what I'm saying? Jason said they want you to be mad that Tio lost. I think that's what it is. They want me to be like the channels that remember when Deontay Wilder lost. They want me to like, it's one thing about eating crow. What they want me to do is they truly want me to like, oh my God, Tio, why do you do this? Why? Like, bro, I'm biologically objectively, bro. Fans don't care. Cheat to win. Too much proud. What the fuck we want me to say? I'm giving you. I think that Tio should have followed the instructions. At least attempted. I wanted to see some combination punches. I wanted to see him double and triple the jab like he did in the last. I said if Teofimo Lopez does not throw 600 to 700 punches, it's gonna be difficult to beat Shakur Stevenson because you're going to miss some shots. You're gonna have to throw some combination and overwhelm the judges as well. You gotta win the effective pressure game. You gotta win that. 4 criteria in the sport of boxing: clean, effective punches. You gotta land the most power punches. Do you think that I thought that Shakur was gonna land the more power punches? No. It's easy to analyze that Shakur Stevens is gonna land more jabs than Tio. But it's also easier to analyze that Teofimo Lopez is going to land the more power shots. Teofimo Lopez did not win the clean, effective punches. He didn't win the ring generalship. He didn't win the effective aggression, and he didn't win the defense. He lost in every category. And that's why it was a masterclass performance with Shakur Stevenson. In certain fights, a person will win the clean, effective punches, but win the effective aggression, and it could be tied up with the ring generalship, right? Who controls the 3-minute intervals of each round? You understand? This guy's getting hit. This guy's getting hit. So it could be even in defense. Teofimo Lopez lost in all 4 categories of judging a fight. So, for example, Tank could land the clean, effective punches, but Pitbull Cruz win the effective aggression. Yet, the defense, you get hit more, so Tank wins the defense, right? The effective, clean, effective punches, it could be both, but you win more of the criteria, the 4 criteria in the sport of boxing. Yeah, he get paid by Crawford to be a punch bag. Shakur didn't beat all his opponents like he did Tio, when Tio should be a hard fight for Shakur. I thought it was going to be way harder than that. They hate you for being objective in boxing. These facts, radio. I think they don't like me. They don't like me to be objective. That they want me to cry and you know what they are waiting for an excuse. And since they're not getting it, they're like, come on, man, stop. You know what yo, radio. I posted that the next fight for Shakur Stevenson should be Devin the Dream Haney. Shakur versus Devin Haney is the biggest fight in America. It's the most important fight to keep on and keep the momentum of enhancing your legacy. Shakur Stevenson could fight Devin Haney and have the opportunity to become a 5-division world champion, 3-division lineal champion, ladies and gentlemen, at the age of 28, 29. Shakur Stevenson, if he goes and fight Devin Haney next and beats Devin Haney, he will be in GOAT conversation. I'm not saying he's going to be the greatest of all time, number 1, but he will be in GOAT conversation top 10. Yes, I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it right now. He said Haney is big as for no. Daring to be great doesn't care about sizes. Bud Crawford went to the 168-pound division to beat Canelo Alvarez without rehydration clause and catch weight. Nah, size don't matter. Size don't matter. If Shakur Stevenson, I believe that Shakur Stevenson is great enough. Look, is Devin Haney bigger than Shakur Stevenson? Yes, but does he pack a punch? Now, if Shakur Stevenson, if Devin Haney was a bigger guy and a way bigger puncher, then I'm like, okay, man, maybe a catch weight or something like that. But Devin Haney is a bigger guy, but he's not. I don't know if he's a bigger puncher. I think both of these guys have displayed the same type of power, and of course, Devin Haney in the upper division. But if we've been saying that a Teo and a Devin Haney was a good fight, and we saw what Shakur Stevenson did to Teofimo Lopez, and you know that's just, and Devin Haney just moved up this year to this past year to the 147-pound division. He only had one fight at 147. Ladies and gentlemen, Shakur Stevenson fighting Devin Haney. Devin Haney is not that big. Not that big of a challenge, in my opinion, in terms of power punching. He's bigger than Shakur, but who cares, man? That's the definition of dare to be great. If Roberto Duran could do it, y'all we love Roberto Duran for daring to be great. We love Manny Pacquiao, the 8th division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the son of the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all. The GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. If they could move up, if Floyd Mayweather could be a 5th division world champion, if Oscar De La Hoya could be a 6th division world champion, well, damn it, Shakur Stevenson will move up and fight Devin the Dream Haney next. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We want that. Yes, that's what the boxing world needs. Yes, at this, we need momentum. That's one thing that the boxing world is lacking. Momentum. We need momentum. Shakur Stevenson, you want to be motivated and inspired by Bud Crawford. It is time. Move up right now. You guys are lined up. You guys are the same age, around the same age. They're around the same style. Technical boxer versus technical boxer. Got great momentum. Devin Haney beat Brian Norman Jr. Shakur Stevenson beat Teofimo Lopez. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest fight in America. This is the biggest fight. Shakur versus Haney. Shakur versus Haney. We will see something great. Ladies and gentlemen, put it this like I said before. Yo, this is the golden era of boxing now. I don't want to hear about the past. I don't want to hear about Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Hagler, Hearns. They had their days. We are living in the golden era right now. The 4 Kings are back on tour 2026. Oh, yeah. Ryan Garcia? No, it's not, Cap. Yes, it is. It's the golden era. It's the golden era, King. You guys could stay in the past like Deontay Wilder. Stay in the past if y'all want. This is the golden era, bro. This is the golden era. This is the golden era. These guys are more accomplished than the guys in the 80s golden era by this age. Shakur Stevenson, a 4th division world champion, 2-time lineal, 28 years old. Teofimo Lopez could have been recognized as the 2-division undisputed world champion if it wasn't for the politics of the sport of boxing by the age of 25. Devin Haney, 3rd division world champion, was undisputed in the lightweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys are more accomplished at their age than the 4 Kings was back in the days. Preach, punch, preach. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Now, if y'all don't want to agree, it's because y'all want to be stuck in the past. It's because y'all so invested in shaming today with back in the days. And you know what? Today is tampering with back in the days. I don't want to hear it. We seen Hagler lose 2 times before he even fought these guys. We seen Roberto Duran lose to De Jesus in the lightweight division. Right? We seen Roberto Duran, yes, beat Leonard and then quit versus Leonard. We seen Roberto Duran get knocked out by Hearns in the 2nd round. We seen it. So let's not act like these guys was invincible. None of those guys was invincible. None of those guys was invincible. Now we look at the 4 Kings and we look at them as gods. But these guys was invincible. And guess what? Teofimo Lopez is still in position. If we can't get Shakur versus Haney, Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney could be next. Yes. Another breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Another breaking news. I spoke to Keith Connolly. Ask him what could be next for Teofimo Lopez. Said the easiest fight. Hey, yo, we could get a tune-up if the champ wants. But we could go right into the fire. And the easiest fight to make at 147 is Teo versus Devin Haney. I spoke to Bill Haney. Bill Haney, what you think? Keith Connolly told me this. If we can't get the Shakur Stevenson fight, we want Teofimo Lopez. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the breaking news. Those are the breaking news. The breaking news is Teofimo Lopez is not going to fire his trainer. Keith Connolly, the manager of Teofimo Lopez, told me that the easiest fight that they can finalize and get is Devin Haney. Bill Haney told me we can't get Shakur Stevenson. We're looking at Teofimo Lopez. Ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney could be next if they can't finalize the Shakur Stevenson Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. What y'all think about that? QB Prince, Teofimo's wife is bad luck to him. Says QB Prince. Good looking out with a super chat, my brother with a $2 super chat. Antoine Russell will whoop on Teo. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving y'all facts. I'm not giving y'all feelings. I'm giving y'all facts. I want to talk about the facts right now. I spoke to Keith Connolly. Keith Connolly said that the easy fight to make, and that he's willing to make next for Teofimo Lopez in May or June, is the Devin Haney fight. I spoke to Bill Haney yesterday. He said, if we can't get the Shakur Stevenson fight, then we're happy to make the fight, and it's an easy fight to make with Teofimo Lopez. Let me know what y'all think. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all like back in the days, right? They like to reference back in the days a lot, right? Well, guess what? When Roberto Duran lost to Hagler, the next day, the next fight for him was Hearns. We okay with that, right? We want shit to be like back in the days, right? He said, no, they not. Benitez was 3 division at 22, was undisputed at 24, trying to diss legends, today's, and stuff like that. I'm not, hey, back in the days, they had their shit, but today, they got their shit as well. Devin Haney was undisputed by the age of 23. Teofimo Lopez should be recognized as undisputed by the age of 25 in 2 divisions. Shakur Stevens is a 4-division world champion, 2-division lineal champion. Y'all trying to shit on today like yesterday, but then beg these motherfucking fighters to do what they did yesterday. I mean, y'all want to beg these fighters today to do what was done yesterday. But guess what? These guys are doing it. QB Prince with the $2 super chat says, De Los Santos beat Shakur. We're living in today. This is the golden era right now, folks. This is the golden era. This is the golden era. He said, how did Core accomplish? Durant was considered greatest lightweight. Man, who considered him the greatest lightweight? Who considered him the greatest lightweight? Shout out to Durant. But we live in today's time, my brother. You wasn't even, Lono's boxer, you ain't even lived that time, bro. You ain't even lived that time. You don't know who the fuck these guys was in the lightweight division. I know who Shakur beat. He beat Teo. He beat Teo. I seen it with my own eyes. I seen it. This is my time. We dictate what was today, just like the journalists back in the days. The journalists told you that Roberto Duran was the greatest lightweight ever. You don't even know 3 lightweights that he beat. These dudes don't even know how many. These dudes don't even know. They will let Google and AI tell them who these guys. You ain't see Durant beat 5. Name me 3 names that he beat at the lightweight division and they Hall of Famers. Get the hell out of here, bro. People be funny, bro. People be funny trying to, Roberto Duran was the best lightweight to ever live. Hey, the same way that Teofimo Lopez lost to George Campos in lightweight is the same way that Duran lost by De Jesus. De Jesus was a stay busy fight in Madison Square Garden. De Jesus was a non-title fight and he lost. It wasn't even a significant fight. The only reason people now respect this because De Jesus later on became a champion. But at that time, it was worse than Teo losing to George Camboso. I got out of here, man. I know my history. QB QB with the $5 super chat says, yo, good looking out, QB. Every time Tio gets back with his wife, he loses confidence and fights terrible. Damn. Blame it on the wife. Nah, man, we got to keep this on the fighter. We got to keep this on the fighter, man. We ain't going to bring the ladies. The lady, hey, that's, you got to control the lady, man. You got to control the emotions. But yeah, man, smash that like button. Always trying to low nose boxing. My guy always trying to shit on today with the past, and he ain't even lived that past. He ain't even lived the past, bro. That's like me saying, yo, man, nobody's better than Sandy Sander. You remember Willie Pep? Nah, Willie Pep got better defense than Shakur. There was a round where Willie Pep ain't even get hit, bro. Man, stop, man. We living in the flesh. We living right now, man. Live for today. These fighters are doing great things right now, bro. You ain't hating on Kurt? Hell no, bro. I never hated on Shakur. Just because, hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, just because you predict a fight, just because you predict that somebody's going to beat the other, that doesn't mean you hate the other guy, bro. I think we need to stop this in this community. Just because you predict that this guy's going to beat the other guy, that doesn't mean the other guy that you think is going to lose, that you hate him or you don't have respect for them. Hey, yo, if Beterbiev and Bivol fights tomorrow, I like them equally. I don't even got no horse in the race. I got Bivol beating Beterbiev in the second fight. Am I a hater of Beterbiev? No. I got David Benavidez beating Suldo Ramirez. Yeah, I'm a hater of Suldo? No. Caesar, Caesar, Caesar. Con los 5 pesos de Super Chatty Chatty Patty K me dice. My boy Punch doing the live from the iPhone on the struggle. My boy. Good looking out. Good looking out. Good looking out. You already know, man. You know what it is? Is that I already did several videos that I think if I would have done it the other way, it would have never sent the notifications. I know it didn't send a notification, but might as well do it like this. Nobody wants to fight Gary Antoine Russell. Facts. I think Gary Antoine Russell is the kryptonite to all these guys. You know why nobody want to fight Gary Antoine Russell? It's because they all know. Shout out to Tweezy. It's because they all came up together in the amateurs, and Gary Antoine Russell was in the same position like Shakur Stevenson. Gary Antoine Russell was the kryptonite to Jerome Bruce Ennis. Teofimo Lopez knows everything about Gary Antoine Russell. They train together in the come up, right? And you know, they came up. They got a lot of respect for Gary Antoine Russell. I'm going to tell you like this. But he got to, again, look at Gary Antoine Russell. I was shocked that he lost to Puello. I was shocked. Even people was like, yo, but you punch you a Dominican when you ain't going for Puello. No, fuck that. Gary Antoine Russell was the man. Get out of here, bro. I keep it unbiased, logically, objectively. Just because I'm Dominican, I'm not going for the Dominican fighter. Low Nose Boxing, every mega fight today was mismatch. F out of here. Look, and this is what I mean. Look what Low Nose Boxing said. He said every mega fight today was a mismatch. So why the hell did Roberto Duran get knocked out by Hearns in the second round? Huh, Low Nose Boxing? Why was Hagler, or why did Hearns get knocked out by Hagler in the third round? Oh, the best. Oh, back in the days. Oh, firefight. Oh, get out of here, bro. Hagler knocked out Hearns in the third round, bro. If Shakur would have knocked out Tio in the third round, it would have been worse. If Tio would have knocked out Shakur in the third round, you would have been like, Shakur ain't shit. If Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur fights tomorrow and Tank knocks out Shakur in the third or second round, what you be saying? Oh, Shakur was not all that. Oh, it's a mismatch. Fuck out of here, bro. That's what I mean. Fuck out of here with your little history bullshit, bro. Capping ass motherfucker. Always trying to shit on today for yesterday. And you ain't even living yesterday. Get out of here with that BS, bro. Out of here. There's a lot of mismatches back in the days, bro. There's a lot of mismatches back in the days. I could say a lot of things that make me want to question back in the days shit. Fuck out of here, bro. Lono's boxing. Roberto Duran quit, bro. He quit. No mas, bro. He quit. Imagine today if Tio would have said no mas in Madison Square Garden. Can you imagine, folks? Could you imagine if Tio would have said no mas? Could you imagine if Devin Haney says no mas? Can you imagine what we would do to Shakur if he says no mas? Can you imagine? But Durant gets a pass. Come on, man. You guys are in love with the pass. You guys are in love with things that you don't even know. Durant beat the man who knocked out Hearn. Yeah. Durant, longevity is his greatness. Durant, longevity. Just like Nonito Donaire's longevity is going to be his greatness. Can you imagine if Floyd Mayweather would have said no mas? Could you imagine if Floyd Mayweather would have said no mas versus Manny Pacquiao? Can you imagine in today's time if Manny Pacquiao would have said no mas to Floyd Mayweather? But we like to sweep that under the rug because we're slave to the past, and those are kings. We love them. We love all of them. Fuck out of here, bro. Now, look at Low Nose. He said Canelo quit mentally. So because he don't want to shit on Durant, he wants to say that Canelo quit like Roberto Duran. But no. Canelo quit mentally. He says no mas mentally in the mind. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This man says, I can't deal with this boxing clinic. I'm out. No, man, no quiero, no puedo pelear. This guy's trying to say, because you get hit with a body shot and you can't get up, that's the same thing as no mas. Lono's boxing, that's what, hey, yo, little by little, I'm going to be honest, I don't respect you as a boxer. I don't respect your mind. That's why I ignore your shit in the DM, my brother. You haven't noticed? Because I like to talk, I like to talk boxing logically with people, bro. I don't waste my time with the bullshit, bro. I don't waste my time. I don't waste my time. Go to the boxing voice y dile a Néstor esa cosa, eh. No me joda ya, no me joda. Lono's boxing, no me joda. This guy, he wants to compare Canelo not getting the best of Bud Crawford, and because he don't want to diss Roberto Duran for quitting like a bitch versus Leonard, he wants to say that Canelo quit, Oscar de la Hoya quit with a body shot at middleweight versus Hopkins. He don't want to say that Roberto Duran quit. And this is what I mean about people. They will rather shit on today. Even when back in the days, or what you're going to say that Oliver McCall didn't cry like a little bitch versus Lennox Lewis? Oh, no. It's because we got to respect the mental illness of Oliver McCall. I know you ride Def one time. Let's go one time. Keith one time Thurman. Keith one time Thurman. Styles make fights. Marquez beat Manny, but got whooped by Floyd. Exactly. Styles make fights. And that's what we like back in the days. They all fought each other. And they all fought each other. Win, lose, or draw. You feel me? Duran lost to Benitez. Duran lost to Hagler. Duran lost to Hearns. You feel me? He got knocked out. Hagler beat Hearns. Leonard beat Hearns and Hagler and Duran and lost to Duran. So when people are saying, when people trying to shit on today with the past, just remember what you like. Just remember. So Teofimo Lopez is still in position. See, he lost to Shakur. If Shakur can't lock the fight with Devin Haney, both managers have told me that they're willing to do the Teo and the Haney fight for this May. So guess what? If Teo fights Devin, it's still within the 4 or the 5, the Fab 5, the 4 kings of this era. I want all these guys to fight. The guys that we've been saying to fight each other for years. So that means I hope Tank comes back. Yes, I hope Tank does come back. All right? He makes it interesting as well. Because we all know if they announce that Shakur's going to be fighting Tank, we all going to see it. We all going to be happy. So yes, I want Gervonta Tank Davis to take care of his legal issues and come back and get in the mix, right? Because he's going to have to. Already they're saying that Al Heyman and all these guys are in trouble, whatever. They're going to court, whatever. I hope that Tank gets in the mix. Devin Haney and Teo needs to happen. Shakur and Tank needs to happen. Devin versus Ryan needs to happen in the rematch. I hope that Ryan Garcia beats Mario Barrios, becoming a WBC champion, will make it more of an interesting rematch between Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia for a unification bout. This is what we want. So if anybody is telling y'all, no, I don't want Teo to fight Devin Haney next. I mean, not right now. He should fight George Campbell. Shut the fuck up. You want Teo because they announced Teo and Haney. We all gonna watch it. We all gonna see it. We all gonna see Bill versus Teo Sr. and Devin Haney versus Teo. And we're going to see the most lucrative business model in sports. What is the most lucrative business model in sports? The comeback story. That's the most lucrative story in sports. The comeback story. Every greatness have a comeback. If Ryan Garcia, we want to see a Teo versus Ryan too. Yes, we want to see all these guys fight together, fight each other, just like back in the days. Right? He said, man, don't nobody want to see him no more. Stop, shut up. Be a boxing fan. That's like me. So why you don't say that in other sports? How about we don't say that? How about we say that in other sports? Huh? Oh shit, the Seahawks lost. We never want to see them again. We never want to see them again. The Chiefs lost. The Eagles. We never want to see these football teams again. Bring in a whole new football team. This is a sport. You guys forgot? So Teo lost to Shakur. We never want to see him again. Shut the fuck up. You're not a boxing fan. We don't say that about Roberto Duran when he quit. I know people back in the day said, we don't want to see him again. That's it. Fucking him. When Mike Tyson lost, there was people saying in boxing, that's it. We don't want to see him again. He lost to Buster Douglas. We don't want to see him again. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You guys trophy. You guys are y'all boxing fans? Does everybody, okay, folks, if everybody is undefeated, then who's the winner? Who's the real best? Because we just can't see the best fighting the best, and then they lose, and we don't want to see them again. You throw them away. That's why these guys, that's why the business doesn't want to take the risk. And y'all get mad. Y'all get mad. Oh, shit. Yo, these promoters don't want to put the best fighting the best. Because look how some people act. That's why they don't want to put, that's why both teams don't want to risk the Virgil and Boots. Because they know that they got so many fans like that in the sport of boxing that if they lose, I don't want to see Boots again. I don't want to see Virgil again. You know what? So let's not take the risks. Because the hardcore boxing fan should be asking for the best fight and the best. And the loser doesn't just get pushed to the side. If Ryan Garcia could get back, and look at Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia lost to Rolly. He's getting a title shot. So Teofimo Lopez, you telling me that Ryan, who never was a champion, could get a title shot after losing to Rolly? But Teofimo Lopez, we never want to see Teofimo Lopez, and he's the two-time lineal, the guy that started to dare to be great of this young generation. You don't want to see Teo again? Come on, man. Teo versus De Los Santos. No, Teo versus Haney, man. You don't want to go backwards. We want to keep this shit rolling like back in the days, right? Because we shit on today, we're back in the days. Teo, if Shakur and Haney cannot be made, that's the primary fight in America. The number one fight in America is Shakur versus Devin Haney right now. If that fight cannot be made, Teo versus Devin Haney. And then can you imagine if Teo beats Devin Haney and then we're like, oh shit. Wow. Man, that was Teo. Yeah, and then people are going to start questioning. Now that you understand that's how boxing is. Boxing is. We change. Everybody changed their opinions about a fighter when they see a loss. Just like when y'all saw Shakur Stevenson run from Edwin Santos. I don't want to see. He's boring. I never want to see him in boxing ever again. We don't. Hey yo, there was a petition. Y'all forget about the petition? We never want to see these runners again. Thousands of people signed the petition. Shout out to Showbiz the Adult. Thousands signed the petition. Even Turkey. I don't want to see no Tom and Jerry. All right? No Tom and Jerry. Look how Devin Haney performed. Look how Shakur performed. See, you can't get stuck. We're the hardcore boxing fan. Let them casuals think like that. Frontline said, even though I don't always agree with Punch, you got to give him his just due. Appreciate you, Frontline. Ryan will lose to Barrios. I got Ryan Garcia. Look, I'll put it like this. I'm rooting for Ryan Garcia to beat Mario Barrios because it just makes our era even more interesting. Let's be real, let's be honest. Anybody who wants to see Mario Barrios. Now, I'm not hating on Mario Barrios, but who wants to see him win? You know and I know. A Ryan Garcia victory, finally he becomes a world champion, which makes a unification bout with Devin Haney and the rematch even more interesting. So yeah, we want to see Ryan Garcia win. Let's not sugarcoat shit. There's certain fights that you may not be a fan, but I'd rather see Ryan Garcia win. Yes, I'd rather see Ryan Garcia beat Mario Barrios. And if he said Brian got Mario, you don't got Mario Barrios because we don't got Mario Barrios facing nobody after. We not attaching Mario Barrios' names with anybody. Let's be real, let's be honest. Ain't nobody out here making videos. Yo, I want to see Mario Barrios versus, you know what I'm saying, move up to 154. I want to see Mario Barrios, you know what I'm saying, versus Boothman. I want to see Mario Barrios, you know what I'm saying, versus Shakur Stevenson. Yo, let him move up. I want to see Mario Barrios versus Teofimo Lopez. Shut the hell up. Nobody want to see Mario Barrios. Let's be real, let's be honest. He didn't look special. He got a couple of draws. That's not, you know what I'm saying? It's like we want what we've been asking for. You know what you want. You don't, Brian, you don't want no Mario Barrios. You want Ryan Garcia because it makes it more interesting. It makes this era more interesting. We want to see the rematch with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. We want to see a Ryan Garcia and a Tio. We want to see a Ryan Garcia and if Shakur want to move to 147, remember they went back and forth. Yeah, we want to see that. Yeah, we want to see that. We want to see a Rolly. We even want to see a Rolly versus Devin. Did anybody say, hey, yo, we need to see a unification bout between Rolly and Mario Barrios? Ain't nobody was pushing that. Tell me one person that was pushing a unification bout with Mario Barrios and Rolly. One channel. One publication. Tell me, who was pushing a unification bout with Rolly and Mario Barrios? So let's be real. Let's get the fights that we want to see that's going to interest us, that's going to enhance the sport of boxing, that's going to captivate the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans. We want to see these guys go at it. I think Haney gets his get back versus Ryan. Hey, yo, I think so too. If Devin Haney could make sure he don't land in that canvas, he'll beat Ryan Garcia because think about it. In the scorecards, with all them knockdowns, Devin Haney won 6 rounds. E-Man in the building. Snowbird, one of the members, was good. Shout out to the member, Caesar. Shout out to the members of the channel. If you haven't become a member to the channel, you'll become a member to the channel. E-Man said, what's next for Tio? They looking for Devin Haney. Devin Haney fight. Sims with a $2 super chat says, we want the best man to win. You want Ryan for the drama. Nah, I want to see. I want Ryan for the drama and the interest. Yeah, I want it all. Yeah, boxing is about drama. Boxing is about drama. Now, if Mario Barrios beats him convincingly, of course. But yeah, I want it for the drama. That's what we watch fights. Fights is drama. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You want Mario Barrios? Okay, you want Mario Barrios. So why nobody's pushing that? You want Mario? Okay, we want Mario Barrios versus Devin Haney next. Yeah, that's what we want. You don't want that shit. I want boxing. I hate when people saying that boxing is dying, bro. I want boxing to stay alive. And the way it's going to stay alive, like I said last year, I said what needs to happen in 2026. Names have to fight names. We America in boxing, America is dying. We dying. American boxing is dying. Nah, you saw how it was sold out, Shakur versus Teo. You know why? Because everybody recognized the names. Everybody recognized the names. Boxing is on fire, facts, because we seen the names about to fight the names. You know what I'm saying? Does Gervonta Tank Davis deserve a title shot at 140 versus Shakur? But you gonna tell me you don't want to see Tank versus Shakur? Man, yeah, I'd rather see, yes. I'd rather see Tank versus Shakur than a unification bout between Richardson, Hitchens, and Shakur. Anybody? Am I wrong? Does anybody rather see Tank versus Shakur or the unification bout of Shakur versus Richardson, Hitchens? You let me know which I'd rather see. Tank versus Muretaya. Tank first fight out of jail. I'm starting to agree with things you are saying. Hey, yo, TJ, I'm breaking it down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. You know what happens when you break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively? You're going to agree and disagree a lot. That's why on my channel, people disagree and agree with me a lot. If I stay on one side, then a lot of people going to agree, and then there's people that are not going to like it. But throughout a live and throughout videos, it's going to be like this. Yeah, I fuck with Punch. Man, Punch is crazy. Yeah, Punch is saying something real. Oh, man, I don't understand Punch. Just like if I say, yo, Canelo Alvarez, like when Canelo Alvarez had the belts and shit like that, I'm like, yo, you can't shame Canelo Alvarez for not fighting David Benavidez. But that's the fight that I want to see. I mean, you can't shame him because David Benavidez at the time don't got all them. He don't got the legacy. This is not a Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, icon versus icon. Put your legacy up against my legacy. You know what I'm saying? But that's the fight that needs to take place at 168 at the time. You know what I'm saying? It's not like his legacy, Canelo Alvarez's legacy at the time, going to take a hit because he didn't fight David Benavidez if he would have retired. No. Devin needs to be at Ryan's fight. Andy Cruz, amateur style, don't translate. He got to tighten up. To be honest, now Andy Cruz fought a good fight. But Muretaya fought, and that's what I mean about the 4 criterias. Muretaya landed good, effective power punches. Right, Andy Cruz landed just enough. But, especially in the second half, Muretaya's pace, ring generalship took over. Effective aggression took over. The same amount of defense. So the judge is going to be like, all right, we like the clean, effective punches. But the ring general was half and half, and the effective aggression won the fight. The matches you are presenting me. Dang, yeah, man. It presents better legacy fights, and it presents better for the sport. A Shakur versus Haney. Maybe Haney, look. Right now, Shakur Stevenson is pound for pound top 3, in my opinion. Pound for pound top 3. He's pound for pound top 3. For me, I wouldn't even debate anybody saying he's not outside of the top 3. Maybe he could be number 2. Maybe he could be number 1 as well. Because for me, I feel that win versus Teo, and the thing is, he fought the best Teo. He ain't fought no unhealthy Teo, sick Teo, unprepared Teo. No, he fought the best Teo. He fought the best Tio. He said Goes Dog Punch needs to be on the panel for the Zone. Them commentators, man. Yeah, them commentators, man. I think, shout out to the Zone. Shout out to the Zone, everybody on the Zone. I think they need, I think they should, I think they need to upgrade a little bit. I think Sergio Mora, they're the same people. I think they need a younger, like, yo, I would like me and Showbiz to do a play-by-play. Yo, think about it. I think it would be awesome, bro. I think a Punch Drunk and Showbiz. Yo, I think it will be incredible, bro. I think it will be incredible. You know what I'm saying? First, you need that young audience to attract them to the Zone. A lot of people don't know what the Zone is. Because in America, there's not a lot of boxing fans like that. Not anymore. You need to attract this young crowd, the Zone and stuff like that. And I think they need some new energy. Some new energy. You know? I hope, man. I hope I could get a gig with the Zone. Charismatic is the word. I don't think, yo, to be honest, I don't think that anybody on the Zone is bad. I just think that it's like, what's the other guy's name? Adi Oladipo? Like, he's boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's boring. Like, he don't make me want to see a fight. Like, people like the Teddy Atlas, right? Because they like how enthusiastic he is while he's... People like Paulie Malignaggi. Like, at least I want to see these type of people that when you hear them, they're so excited about the fight. They're energetic. Their wordplay is great. You know what I'm saying? I like that dude from, what's his name, from Showtime, that he used to do WWE as well. What's his name from Showtime? They need that type of voice as well. Now, I'll tell you, man. Yo, yo, the Zone, give me one opportunity. Give me an opportunity. Give me an opportunity for Mario Barrios and Andy and Ryan Garcia. Give me that one opportunity. I'm telling you, bro. Leading up to the fight, let me get some interviews with these guys. Can you imagine me doing the face off? The face off. Imagine I would have done that face off interviewing Tio and interviewing Shakur Stevenson. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Let me do the face-off between Richardson Hitchens and Keyshawn Davis. Let me do that interview with both of them. Like, I'm the guy in the middle. Let me do the interview. Come on, man. You know what it is? Because some of us have built relations. Because think about it. This is what it is. This is what it is. Some of the fighters that is on right now, I started doing interviews with them when nobody knew who they was. Tell Keyshawn Davis, who was doing an interview with him before he turned pro in the YTBC. So let's say me and Keyshawn developed a chemistry already. Teofimo Lopez, y'all already know, Tio Senior, me, Senior, Tio, we develop a chemistry. Those are my peoples. Those are family. Those are my peoples. Even look at Demetrius Andre when I interview him and he's talking about David Benavidez. Like, nobody could bring that out of Demetrius Andre. You know what I'm saying? Nobody could bring that out of Demetrius Andre. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the controversial things that me and Teofimo Lopez interviews leading up to the Josh Taylor fight. Nobody bring that shit out like that. You know? Who else? Kid Austin. Who was Kid Austin before Punch Drunk Boxing in the YTBC? Right? Hey, yo, everybody started talking about Kid Austin when we was talking about that Devin Haney and Kid Austin. When Kid Austin only had like 2 fights. I was talking about Kid Austin before he had his first fight. I interviewed Kid Austin after his first fight, pro fight. And we built a chemistry. So at this point, with these crop of fighters, there's some chemistry. There's some, I know who you are, yo, and there's some respect there. Whether people like all my prediction, whether people like all my takes, they know that there's a respect there because I was showing you the respect when people didn't even know who you was. I'm not supporting these guys because they're finished products. You know what I'm saying? I'm not supporting these guys finished products. Yeah, bro, was so too good at his job. He won Journalist of the Year 8 years in a row. Tell him, Ghost. Hey, yo, everybody at the zone, tell him, yo, how your punch run. For real, yeah, man. They need some new, young, energetic, high octane people that love boxing. Yo, you know, if you notice, I like what Triller was starting to do. Triller, you remember the people that they was hiring? It was fun. You seen it was Oscar de la Hoya. He looked it high. That was fun, bro. They need something like that on the zone, like especially in America. The Triller events was getting it was getting lit. Snoop Dogg was smoking. Remember? That shit was lit. Bert. Yeah, man. You know what it is in boxing? They keep recycling personnels. They keep hiring the same people, personnels. Nah, man. Boxing. Hey, yo, listen up. The zone, boxing platforms. Why wouldn't you hire people that already has a following, a legitimate supporters, loyal supporters that build their channels from the ground up, and now give us the machine. If you give us the machine, that's why I love that. I love that they partner up with Showbiz. That's smart. That is smart to partner up with Showbiz. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you like this. Showbiz don't need nobody. They need Showbiz more than Showbiz needs them. Showbiz doesn't need anybody. It's a plus for them. I like what Ring is doing. But I tell you, I think that they get more young people, get more energetic. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: the difference between me, Showbiz, certain people, than the people that most of the people that they hire, we do this for fun. We did it for fun. Anything that we earn is because we didn't do this to earn anything. Like, I didn't know nothing about super chats, super thanks. Yo, I remember I was monetized. I was monetized almost a year before I knew I was monetized. I didn't know nothing about that. Somebody even told me, like, yo, did you see the settings that, yo, enable that you monetize? I was monetized a year before I knew I was monetized. I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know nothing about super chat. I didn't know nothing. I really didn't know because I didn't know too much about it like that. You know? I was doing lives for like 45 minutes with 3 people looking on. 1 person looking on. I remember I used to do lives and 30 minutes passed, 20 minutes passed, and there was nobody. I'm talking to myself. So this is love. And I'm grateful for the people that support the channel. I'm grateful for the people that send the super chats. I'm grateful for people that donate to the channel. I'm grateful for the people that subscribe to the channel and share the channel. For real. Because I know, I do believe also that the number is the support. If we show them at this community in numbers, then they will be like, okay, almost like shout out to Showbiz. Showbiz supporters, they come out and support. Thus, the other people see, damn, look at the support that this guy has. Yeah, let's bring him in. That's the beauty about support. Numbers and loyal support, supporting the channel when you drop a video, when you're going live. That's the real real support. You know what I'm saying? In numbers. I remember the movie, what's the movie? Wall Street. And I'm just paraphrasing. There's a saying when the guy's saying, you think this is about money? This ain't about money. This is about numbers. I always remember that. Ever since I seen that movie, I always remember that part when he said that, because it's true. Especially in this line of work. Even if you're doing anything on the come up, you're doing anything independent, you think that it's not about money, it's about numbers. See, the numbers is going to get you to the money. It's going to open doors for you to get money. The numbers are. So if there is 1.2K people looking on, the other people, other companies, let's advertise with this guy. Damn, he got a lot of people looking on. The number is going to get you with the money. The number is more important at it. The number is more important. Respect the hustle, love the game, put some respect on Mr. Moonshine. Good looking now, E man. Oh yeah, that's the gift. I'm new with the gift now. I don't know too much about what the gift entails. I'm new. That's at bronze medal. Good looking now, man. Appreciate you. Who wins? 221 people voted. Let me see. Boom. Okay, so 72% voted for Shakur. 28% voted for Devin the Dream Haney. Now, let me tell you like this. Do y'all feel like that because Shakur beat Teo? Or that's your initial pick? Y'all always felt that Shakur could beat Devin Haney? I always felt that. I felt that. But I always felt it was going to be competitive. I feel like all these fights will be competitive. Even my prediction with Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, it was that Teofimo Lopez was going to beat Shakur Stevenson 115, 113. I never said that Teo was gonna just wash Shakur. My prediction for Shakur and Teo was 115, 113, maybe 116, 112. I always thought it was going to be a close fight. Shakur versus Haney, I'm going to say it's going to be 116, 112 Shakur. 116, 112 Shakur. But I wouldn't be surprised if Devin Haney squeeze. I wouldn't be surprised if with all these fights, I wouldn't be surprised if anyone squeeze a win. I wouldn't be surprised. Virgil versus Shakur. Man, that's too much. Haney not as sharp as Shakur in the pocket. Yo, but let me tell you like this. You know what I've seen from both guys? I seen this, and I think a lot of people haven't respect Devin Haney in this, but you gotta give a lot of credit to Devin Haney in this, because we talk about adjustments, right? Just like we see Shakur Stevenson's jab, you can see it's one of the best in the business. Let's not forget that. I think a lot of people was talking about Devin Haney's jab as being one of the best jabs in the sport of boxing before a lot of people was crediting the jab of Shakur Stevenson. I remember people used to say that the best jab in the sport of boxing was Bivol and Devin Haney. But I'm going to say it like this. The growth that I see in Devin Haney, I saw it in the Lomachenko fight. See, the Lomachenko fight, a lot of people criticize. I also believe that Lomachenko squeezed that win with Devin Haney. But I was very surprised and very, very happy with Devin Haney in this fight. You know why? Because Devin Haney showed me that he could win without the jab. See, Devin Haney won the fight with Vasily Lomachenko because of the body work. I seen Devin Haney, you could take away his arsenal, his number one primary arsenal, and he adjusted. Even though we all saw that the corner instructions from Bill Haney, where a lot of people criticize his instructions, when Devin Haney told Bill, he got me figured out. He got me figured out. Remember, Bill Haney was saying, you know, land the break, send on your punches, land the break, and stuff like that. But guess what? Devin Haney, in that 12th round, in my opinion, is the reason why I believe that the judges gave it to Devin Haney. He won that last round. Watching it back, he won that last round. You know what I'm saying? So got to give a lot of credit to Devin Haney in adjusting. So I know that Devin Haney could be in the middle of the ring. He could punch. He could go to the body as well. And Shakur Stevenson could also do the same thing. We saw these guys being very, very effective in the middle of the ring. And I think that's where they're going to keep the fight. I don't think that Shakur Stevenson is going to be in the outside versus Devin. I don't think that Devin is going to be in the outside versus Shakur. I think it's going to be a little bit similar in the positioning of what you saw with Teo and Shakur. I believe that I believe all these guys are very, very clean fighters. And there is people were saying, yo, why didn't Teofimo Lopez go inside and try to make it a rough? That's not Teo's game anyway. I heard that. Like when people were saying, yo, why does Teo doesn't make it a rough? Push him back, get him in the ropes. That's not Teo's game anyway. So we saw that he wasn't even comfortable doing it because that's not his game. His game is not to make it rough. Teo is not Pitbull Cruz. So he was going to put himself in position. Think about it. What happened when he tried to press the issue versus Sando Martin? So that's not even Teo's real game. His game is not to pressure you and put you on the ropes and do all these things that, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's why, maybe Teo wasn't comfortable with the game plan versus a Shakur Stevenson. And that's what comes into chemistry. Just because you had a training camp of 6 weeks or 5 weeks with Stacy, and they came up with a game plan. See, oh, he could push him. He's a strong fighter. That doesn't mean that's his that's his strength to push. That doesn't mean we never seen a Teo, you know what I'm saying, working and trying to and hitting hooks on the body. Like Teo wasn't even throwing. Teo threw minimal hooks to the body. He throws some straight punches. He's a good straight puncher to the body. But talking about hooks, he wasn't comfortable and keep that momentum of throwing hooks to the body. So both of these guys need their space and their range to work. They're clean fighters. They don't work off the clinch. They're not trying to clinch nobody. They're not trying to smother nobody's work. So I think you're going to see some similarities of Shakur versus Devin Haney the same way. I'm not going to say that Devin Haney is not going to throw more punches or whatever, but I think Shakur is going to edge the victory versus Devin the Dream Haney, but I think it's going to be a wonderful fight. And I think that that Devin Haney has also the ability to beat Shakur Stevenson if he fights a perfect fight. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what y'all think about the Deontay Wilder interview, man? What y'all think about the Deontay Wilder interview, man? Deontay Wilder still with the race bait, man. Y'all heard Deontay Wilder, man? Deontay Wilder was screaming out of his lungs, man. Punch, how much Teo made in that fight? 10. Shakur cooks Ryan. Effing hit him where your power go. He was surprised, bro. He was surprised. Wilder played himself. But what y'all think, though? What y'all think? What he's saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I've been I've been highly outspoken. I'd be highly outspoken. With look, ladies and gentlemen, there's always gonna be racism. There's always gonna be murderers and rapists and liars and deceivers and thieves. There's always gonna be evil in this world. The thing I don't like is when people throw out the race card when you don't need to throw out the race card. It's almost like, I think that people, whether you're black, Latino, white, whatever you want to identify yourself in this country, I think that people now have watered down the outcry of racism. You got to talk about racism when racism is there, not create a racism. Not a dude asks you a question about you accusing Tyson Fury of cheating, and you went on a rampage on you had a meltdown and talking about that your people this and race this and I'm a black man. And Bro, stop it. That's like he has Clarissa Shields syndrome. When people trying to criticize Clarissa Shields and her mouth and all like that, it's because I'm a black woman and you light-skinned people and stuff like that, you go back to the road. Nobody was talking about race. Nobody was talking about race. Why people bring up race when they don't have to bring up race? There is racism in the world, but let's call it out when there's racism there. Not created out the blue just because, you know what I'm saying, you're getting flustered. Deontay's using arguments for the night. Yeah, man, he's acting like there's two water fountains, one white and one colored. He's trying to be damn Deontay Malcolm X Wilder yesterday. Huh? He's acting like he's Denzel Washington in Glory. Like, my man, come on, Deontay. And you know what? I'm rooting for Deontay Wilder. I want Deontay Wilder to be back in the forefront of heavyweight boxing. You know why? Because it just makes it more interesting. The same reason why I want Ryan Garcia to win is the same reason why I want Deontay Wilder to be back as Deontay Wilder was. Because it just makes boxing even more interesting, because I still want to see Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. I still want to see these fights. I was a supporter of seeing Deontay Wilder versus Alexander Usyk. Yeah, I want to see it. Yeah, I'm patriotic as well. I'm an American. I like that. I like that the bronze medalist. I want Deontay Wilder. We don't got American heavyweights down the pipeline, bruh. But not like this, man. Come on now. Come on, Wilder, man. You see, man, I'm from Alabama. I'm from the South. Your upbringing as a little boy is different from me as a little boy. What that has to do with it? Deontay Wilder, when it was time to take care of your daughter, you found boxing, and guess what? Guess who helped you? JD, a white man. He gave you the opportunity. The white man, JD. What about who's your manager? Shelly Finkel, a white man. How did they feel? Ain't nobody never kept you from nothing. You a millionaire, Wilder. With limited skills in boxing. And you crying racism? Come on now. Come on now. Good looking out, Caesar. Said One Punch Run Boxing gift membership, man. Appreciate you, Caesar. Tasha received gift membership. Good looking out. The only thing I didn't like about Tio is that he always talking about black and Puerto Rican fighters. He's not always talking about the Puerto Rican fighter. That was, look, I'm going to say it like this. When the people was trying to diss him with the Subriel Matias, at the time, let's be real, let's be honest, at the time, Xander Zayas was not a champion. We was talking about that Puerto Rican boxing is not the same like it used to be. But then when he says it, it's a problem. Let's be real, man. Puerto Rican boxing now is climbing up. At the time he said it, not even Puerto Ricans were supporting Subriel Matias like that. You saw the support that Subriel Matias had in the Barclays Center? Ladies and gentlemen, it was like 75 people there. So when he said it, see, this is the thing about people. You could say something that is true, but people deem disrespectful because it's true. Nah, people just can't handle the truth. And he was talking about these Puerto Ricans. He wasn't talking about Tito Trinidad and Hector Camacho and Miguel Cotto. And the next day, he did an interview and he talked about it. He wasn't even talking about that. He came on my channel and talked about it. But nah, y'all wanted to stick to he dissing Puerto Ricans. Man, he was dissing Subriel Matias, bro. And you guys was dissing also Edgar Berlanga at the same time. He said, laugh at my racist pun. Here we go, not screaming racist. Every time somebody disagree with me, I gotta be a racist or disagree. That's the new shit. If you disagree with me, I'm racist. Yo, people don't even know how to talk anymore. That's what I mean, folks. Everything is watered down. Now this is live, Jesus. This is live. This is live right now, man. Now I gotta talk about. Black fighters. People weird, bro. Shakur Stevenson, Puerto Rican. And I always say Shakur Stevenson is Puerto Rican. Look, the interview that I had with Shakur Stevenson. But I remember that a lot of people, a lot of Puerto Ricans did abandon Shakur Stevenson. They was getting hype. They was promoting Shakur Stevenson in the Oscar Valdez fight, Puerto Rican. And then when he ran from Edo de los Santos, we ain't hear no Puerto Ricans ever say that he's Puerto Rican ever again. He beat Teofimo Lopez, and now the Puerto Ricans want him again. Now the Puerto Ricans want to draft Shakur Stevenson because he beat Teo. Nah. Y'all wasn't going for it. Y'all wasn't saying he's Puerto Rican versus Artem. Y'all ain't say he Puerto Rican versus the electrician. He said, I used to be a fan. You started, but now you lame. So you still a fan. That's why you here. It's all right. You still a fan. You just have there's just certain content that you disagree and you mad. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool when you agree, when we, let's say I'm good when you feel like I'm supporting your favorite fighter. I'm cool. As soon as I criticize, Punch ain't shit. Just like when I was praising Canelo Alvarez, a bunch of Canelo Alvarez fans say, "Yo, Punch, I like your channel," and then I say, "Nah, Canelo Alvarez, I don't like this trilogy fight with Triple G. I don't like the John Ryder fight. No, but he's mandatory, man. F that mandatory. They ain't no damn. Nah, I don't want to see no damn Williams come. No, man, no. F you, Punch. I used to like your channel. I don't like you no more. I don't like you no more," because I say, yo, it's about time the Canelo Alvarez fight David Benavidez. I don't like you, Punch, no more. He's not taking David Benavidez. David Benavidez is not Mexican. But when they agree with me, oh shit, Punch, you the man, bro. Man, you the man, bro. Man, yeah, you the man, Punch. I rock with you, yo, Latino. Punch, let me be crystal clear. We may disagree on things, but I never consider you a racist. We just agree to disagree. That's it for me. Good looking out. Good looking out, Brian. You went hard for Teal when he was on a racist wave. Man, because I know Teal ain't no damn racist. That's why. He could say some racist shit. Just like when a bunch of people call each other niggas. Oh, y'all racist? It's people that call each other niggas racist? No, man. Because I know what it is. Ain't nobody said it. Put it this way, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't say it was wrong. But motherfuckers should have never got offended. Trying to get a fight. And I said, if y'all don't like it, then the black fighters step up and whoop them. People are so emotional. Yeah, man, this is boxing, bro. No. Tio said this. If Tio said, whichever monkey want to eat the banana, then beat them up. This is boxing. This is where you could F up somebody for free. Oh, for money, I mean. No, don't fight Tio. Don't Tio because he said this. He said that. Come on, man. Stop it, man. I'm a fight fan. Y'all got emotion. Just like, hey, yo, what y'all think about the new video? Hey, yo, what y'all think about the new video? The Donald Trump that he put, Obama, Michelle Obama, Biden. Yo, you seen that video? I told you that Trump is racist. I told you. See how emotional people are? I seen the whole content. Hey, even Biden was eating a banana in that video. Ain't nobody saying anything about it. Yo, I'm going to say it like this. Certain things could be wrong. But if that affects you, like, I could see it two ways, like, or offended. Are you offended by Michelle Obama and Obama being in that monkey thing, or you, and Biden, because Biden was a monkey in the video, right? Or are you offended because you truly identify? Because the only way you offended if you identify with it. Do people identify? Do you identify as a monkey? Do you identify with that? See, there's certain things that could be wrong, and there's certain things that I could be offended by, right? Some people are just either if somebody calls me todo mundo, okay, yeah, okay. Oh, you see that? You see that? Then why Keyshawn ain't whoop Tio when he saw him? Why didn't Bud Crawford whoop Tio when he saw him? Why no black Tio don't have no security? I know that for a fact. So what was the outrage when the guy was? Now I'm gonna say it like this: once you talk shit and you lose, it looks real bad. Adrian Broner, Teofimo. That's why nobody's trying to give Teofimo the benefit of the doubt, because also he did promote himself to be some type of a villain. You know what I'm saying? And when you lose, it takes a dip even more. Like if you liked and lost, you know what I'm saying? That's why Manny Pacquiao's stock never dropped. People love Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So when he loses, his stock don't drop all the way because people love Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? But when you have a mouth, and you do, let me say it like this. If Clarissa Shields loses to Franchon Crew de Jean, you saw how everybody was laughing at her when she lost in the MMA. Yo, this will be double that because of her mouth. When you lose and got a mouth, it's like you lose double that. So Tio losing, everybody's on Teofimo Lopez because Tio, there was a lot of people that don't like how Tio promotes. Why you think about Tio going? I want him to go to 147, wherever he's more comfortable, and I think that's where the names is at. I think a Tio versus Haney, I think is a good fight. And if Tio beats Haney, you know who I'm rooting for. If Tio beats Haney, then my guy is back is back on top. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you always going then people will probably talk about the big victory that Teofimo Lopez could get. People could be like, oh, you know what? Maybe he had an off night. Let's see that fight again. We supported Tio until he started using racism. I understand. You have the choice not to support him anymore. If you was offended by that, you have the right not to support him anymore. Tio needs to get his confidence back. He does, man. And Tio needs to get his confidence back. Look, I'm still rocking Tio, my God. I think that Tio does need to get his confidence back. I think Tio didn't look motivated. You know what I'm saying? Tio didn't look motivated. It was weird watching. He didn't look motivated in that fight. Like even when he made his entrance, it's something. It feels like, yo, to be honest, bro. Now, I'm not even going to say, I don't want to take no win away from, I don't want to take nothing away from Shakur Stevenson. Nah. He lost fair and square. Hopefully that Teofimo will go back to the drawing board and stuff like that. I believe that he's going to end 2026 on an up and up. I think he's going to have a great win. And I think a lot of people are going to, I believe that Teofimo Lopez is going to have a great comeback story. Put it that way. He's great enough. He already done great things in the sport of boxing. He's highly accomplished. He just has entered his prime. He's 28 years old. Just, he's not even 30. So, I think that he's going to end 2026 on an up and up. I think that, there's certain things that I think it's more mental than physical. I think the physical part is he's gifted physically. He's gifted physically. But you know what? His father even said publicly, and he should have never said that publicly, in my opinion, was that his son is weak-minded. And if you ask Shakur Stevenson, who knows Teofimo Lopez for all these years, they asked him, remember, months before the fight, what is Teofimo Lopez's weakness? He said his mental. I think in my opinion, Teo has to do, he really needs to lock in and, you know, to do this line of work, you got to be strong mentally. So I know that Teo is strong mentally in that, but if he's being effective easily, is if, you know, mentally wise, if, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to say publicly, but there's been interviews that he said in the past that, remember after the Vasily Lomachenko fight, leading up to the George Kambosos fight, when he said that he thought about killing himself 3 times. That's not a good sign. There's something that is not motivating Teo, and this is the reason why I say everybody's thinking about that he needs to change trainers and all that. That's not, in my opinion, that's not what I'm seeing from the outside looking in. That's not what I'm seeing. Because you got the instructions from even Stacy. Forget about even Teo Senior. He got the instruction from Stacy. So you got the corner was giving you technical instructions. And if your dad can't motivate you, then dad has to look at it as that's an issue. You understand? Dad has to look at it like it's one thing. Put it this way. If the question is this. To ask the right questions, like I said in the beginning, to get the right answers. You got to ask Teo, as a journalist, you got to ask him. I'll ask him if, you know what I'm saying, when we chopping it up live, whenever, and stuff like that. Instead of asking, do you want to change your trainer? Can you execute what your father says? Or are you motivated when your father is giving you that type of instructions? Or does he motivate you in the corner like he used to do? Maybe, we don't know. Maybe Teo Sr. lost his voice. Because instructions, and let's say the instructions, and it's not motivating Teo anything, because he told Teo things that a lot of people say that could have discouraged Teo or could motivate his son. Nothing motivated Teofimo Lopez to adjust in that corner to those instructions of his father. And Stacy didn't execute the X and O's technique instructions to go and adjust to Shakur Stevenson. And that's why I say that you got to put that on Teo. You know what I'm saying? Teo said it after the fight, that it was on me. It's not on my corner. It was on me. So I think it was more of this than anything else. Caesar! Bro, Teo lost by decision. He did not get dropped, hurt, legs, wobble, not one time. He did not get dropped like Ryan did Haney. Comeback story. That's good, bro. Let's change the narrative of a major loss. Yeah, man. Teofimo Lopez didn't get demoralized physically. He didn't get demoralized. You could go back with that type of loss. You could definitely go back to the drawing board. And I think that Teofimo Lopez took his loss like a G. You know what I'm saying? He highly respected Shakur Stevenson in the ring, in the back in medicals. Teofimo, and that's why, and let me tell you like this, and I said this about, and good looking now, Caesar, with the $10 super chat. And I'm going to say this, what I said about Anthony Joshua. The quicker you accept your defeat, the easier way you go back to the drawing board and fix things. Why you think that George Kambosos, that shit took a toll? You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't believe the health. They didn't believe that George Kambosos really won and stuff like that. That makes it difficult. But when you accept losing, and you know I lost because of this, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, it's easy to look. Devin, look. Teofimo Lopez went back to the gym the next day. Teofimo Lopez, as a matter of fact, in less than 24 hours, Teofimo Lopez was right back in the gym. Teofimo Lopez been in the gym every day since the loss. You know why? Because it's easier to go back to the gym, see what went wrong. You accepted that. So now it's easy to go back to the drawing board and make things right. And you're going to see. I remember that type of attitude from Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, after the Sando Martin fight, that AM, the next morning, he was in the gym. Look how he performed versus Josh Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo Lopez is going to end 2026 on the up and up. Mark my words. Mark my words. Hopefully, you get the Devin Haney fight. If they can't secure Shakur versus Devin Haney, which is the primary fight in the 147 or in America, in my opinion, is the #1 fight in America. It wasn't an off night. I don't think it was an off night. I don't think it was an off night. I think that it was, you know, Shakur Stevenson at his greatest, and Teo didn't see himself, didn't have confidence to adjust, or didn't do it. So credit to Shakur Stevenson. Now, if Shakur had knocked him out and dropped him, yeah, if my father told me, where's my power, I'll be discouraged, not motivated. Teo Sr. had one job and he did the opposite. I don't know, because that's what I mean. If your father, put it this way, Bonilla, if your father told you, where's my power, you say you will be discouraged. If my father tells me, where's my power, I don't get discouraged. I don't get, put it this way. Bonilla, I'm gonna give you a personal story. My first fist fight I ever had when I was a little kid. This kid, we was playing, I forgot we was playing. We was playing wiffle ball, right? I was playing wiffle ball, and this kid is really irritating me, and he I want to fight you. I'm gonna fight you. He's stepping in my face. I'm gonna fight you, right? And I'm saying, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I was actually scared. I was actually scared to fight. Scared of an embarrassment that I'm gonna get beat up, right? So this is my first fight, little kid. I think I was what, 7 years old, 6 or 7, like 7 years old, 7 or 8 years old, right? Yeah, I fight my big brother and stuff like that. But this was outside. All the kids was out there. We all in the block and shit like that, right? My father is down the steps of that building, right? I leave, right? And my father said, oh, where you was at? And, oh, this kid want to fight me and stuff like that. He wants to fight and I don't want to fight. You know what my father said? Go over there and fight him. Well, you scared of him? Go out there and fight. I don't want to fight. Nah, go up there. Yo, because of my father, and put it this way, I beat that kid up, and I was with tears, bro. I was with tears beating him up with anger. And then my father's smiling, right? He said, well, you beat the kid up. Why you crying? And I told my father, because I didn't want to fight. That means my father motivated me, bro. I didn't want to fight. But because he's my dad, and the pressure my dad going to see me punk out, I'd rather not go home with my dad and see me as a punk. No, my father motivated me, bro. Yo, that Hercules came out of me, bro. So depending what type of relationship you have with your dad and how you may look at your dad, that motivation, yeah, you may not like it, but I ain't coming back home, my father telling me that I punk out. My father gave me that motivation. See, my father saw something in me that I didn't see in me at that time. You understand what I'm saying? My father saw something in me that at that time I didn't see in me. I was scared to fight that kid, bro. But because of my dad, and put it this way, if I would have fought that kid, and my dad wasn't the one that gave me that motivation, I would have got my ass kicked, bro. I would have got my ass kicked. And if my dad, put it this way, for that instance, because matter of fact, if my dad didn't give me that motivation, let's say I would have gone down the steps and my father said, wait, where you was at? Or I left because this kid want to fight me. He want to fight and I don't want to fight. If my father would have been the type to be like, okay, let's go home. Then the next time I could have gotten in that position, I would have walked away. And throughout my life, I probably would have been, I would have walked away to different, every time there's a thing, I would have walked away and punked myself out You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I'll be discouraged. Certain people will be discouraged. And I was mad at my dad. He tell me why. My dad was laughing after I beat the kid up. And he was laughing. Why are you laughing? He like almost he's looking at me like, you should be proud. And I said, because I didn't want to fight. But maybe the question is now for senior. Senior, do you think you lost your voice? Because this is the discouraged for senior. That my son ain't listening to me no more. That could be the discouraged for senior. I can't motivate my son no more. Certain decisions will be, and the certain decisions will be, should Teo fire his dad? No. No. Senior took him to become successful, millionaire, build them from ground up. You don't fire your dad. Devin, don't fire Bill. Virgil, don't fire. I don't like Brian Norman Jr. firing his dad. That will be the dad's decision. The dad's decision should be, those are the dad's decision. The decision that Henry Garcia did in the past, that will be it. The decision that Jamal Charlo's dad take, okay. The decision that because these guys train their sons. You know what I'm saying? The decision of Virgil Ortiz Sr., those decisions, right? But it wouldn't be the son letting go of the dad. No. They love their dad too much. You gotta understand that Tio is best friends with his dad at the same time, man. They have a bond, man. So y'all asking for something that no. Ladies and gentlemen, how would you like it? Anybody in the chat, if I tell your son, hey yo, fire your father. Nah. The father will have to make that decisions for their sons. How can you fire somebody and that 90% of what you have told them and taught them, they have been successful? And then the difference between these father trainers and these regular trainers is, let me give you an example. When these trainers, when they lose, I'm going to give you an example right here. Let me see if I got the picture right here. I'm going to give you an example. Let me see, I got the picture right here. Don't get that la foto. Damn, it's not here. Oh, it's not here. Senior was in the rooftop. He's in the rooftop. When Teofimo Lopez lost, we all met in the rooftop. Senior came later on with his mom's. Stacy wasn't there. The other coach wasn't there. See, when you lose, that other trainer's going to collect his money. He bounced. But Senior is going to be there winning and losing. And Senior is not only going to be there to give him his confidence back throughout the months. See, these months right here, Senior is going to be giving him the confidence. Nah, Papa, you the best. Next time you go out there and build his confidence right back up. Remember, he made his son. They've been through this before. Tio needed to be like Julio Cesar Chavez, high guard and counter. Yeah, but if that's not your style, that's not your style. You know what I'm saying? It's not your style. I'm not gonna. He should learn the high guard. He should learn that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's common sense. Don't have that law. But the thing is, he's effective because Teo relied on reflex, relied on speed. But now you in the ring for speed for speed. You understand? So a guy like, I seen Roy Jones Jr. do the same thing. Roy Jones Jr. didn't have the high guard. But Roy Jones Jr., see, sometimes that's the gift and the curse. The athleticism can make you think that you're doing everything right. Your athleticism. When you rely on athleticism, that's why even in the NBA, point guards, the point guards that last long, or the point guard that's not really like, what's his name? Baron Davis, Steve Francis, Derrick Rose, Allen Iverson. All these athletic points, they don't last that long. Shout out to Russell Westbrook, new science and shit. But they don't last that long. The ones that last is the Jason Kidd, the Chris Pauls of the world, the Rajon Rondos of the world. They well into their almost 40 years old. They could play because they didn't rely on athleticism. But in boxing, when you ever rely on your athleticism too much, then you get in the habit of making those type of mistakes. Yeah, you want to disguise that left hook to the body. You want to bring that jab. Instead of having it there, you want to bring that jab up. You got to pop, you know what I'm saying? You rely on reflexes, and I think that's what happens to Teo. He went speed for speed. Think that you could have that guard, that low hand down on the southpaw. See, but Floyd rarely used the shoulder roll versus southpaws. He knew he needed that high guard, and we knew when Floyd was going to throw that straight right hand off the high guard. But Teo, and I'm gonna say compared to, let's say, the Floyds, he didn't have a lot of professional fights. Teo was not known for. Remember, he told Andre Ward one time that he don't spar that much. So you don't spar that much, and you don't have a lot of professional fights. So yeah, it gets to a point where you're relying maybe too much of your athletic ability, and not being. Teo Sr. said in the interview, he said they only spar 7 times. 7 times? Teo Sr. said in the interview they only spar 7 times. 7 times to prepare for Shakur Stevenson? No. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically, in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, maybe you only spar twice a week. Maybe. If that's what he said, they only spar 7 times. That's not enough for Shakur Stevenson. No. I'll be like James Toney said. James Toney, I spar. I know, and also you want to be healthy going into the fight. I don't know, man. I don't know. Teo said himself he had to fight a bit dirty, and he didn't. He was too damn polite in there. Yeah, but I never seen Teo fight dirty. So even though he said he could fight dirty, that's not within his style. When it's like this. Yeah, we would like to see Teo fight a little bit dirty, but even attempting that, then he will be. I give you an example. You remember during the fight, he was switched to southpaw, right? You saw that he can't even be effective at the southpaw position. He had to switch right back up. So even though that you could do something different, you could try to do something different, you won't be effective. It would have been highly effective. That's why Teo, doesn't he look highly ineffective when he goes out there trying to, what happened to him versus George Kambosos in the first round? What happened when he was trying to get at Santo Martin in the ropes and stuff like that? Because he's ineffective that way. So saying now, yo, go after Shakur. Maybe we want him to do that. We think he's athletic enough to do it. But that doesn't mean he's comfortable doing it, because probably he don't practice it doing it, or he doesn't have enough practice in doing that. Punch, even though I still have Mario, if Ryan wins, I will be on your podcast. Say Ryan was the better man. Yeah. Shout out to my brother, Rapstar Boxing Out, as the voice of the UK, London, bruv. Senior with the bro coaching. But no, look, I like this fight. I think we spoke enough about the TO. And you know, it is what it is. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. Wonderful performance. 4-division world champion, 2-division lineal champion. Shakur versus Devin the Dream Haney. Let's talk about that. Shakur versus Haney. Shakur versus Haney. That's going to be highly interesting because I think it's going to be a whole different type of fight. See, Devin Haney doesn't rely on a lot of athleticism. He's really, really going to rely on his boxing ability, his boxing technique. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't rely on athleticism. He relies on his 100% on boxing technique. He doesn't take risks. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Outside of the Ryan Garcia fight, he does not make a lot of mistakes. And Shakur Stevenson doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Who is the one that's going to have to take some type of risk? Now, in the last fight, I said that Shakur Stevenson will have to take that type of risk and be on and be in the middle of the ring to capitalize off Teo if he wants to be a champion. I said that he will have to take it from the champion. And like I said, Shakur Stevenson came with the type of game plan that a lot of people should have assessed instead of saying that he's going to fight like Ortiz and Sando Martin, which I told y'all he's not going to fight like that. You guys thought that he was going to fight like Ortiz and Martin and thought that was good enough for him to get the victory versus Teofimo Lopez. As we all saw, Shakur Stevenson needed to be in the middle of the ring, punch with Teo, right? Punch in between his shots, right? So this is going to be an interesting matchup. I think that Shakur Stevenson should take this fight right away ASAP. I don't think he should wait. He doesn't need a rehydration clause. He doesn't need a catch weight. Shakur doesn't need none of that. He's great enough. His skill set is good enough. He's not facing a big puncher like Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? He may have a little bit more power, but he's not facing a big puncher. He sparred him. They know each other very, very well ever since they was kids. Make the fight happen. Shakur Stevenson, this is your opportunity not only to be to be a great, just great. You could be one of the GOATs. If you fight Devin Haney, you have the opportunity to become a 5-division world champion, 3-division lineal champion, bruh. By the age of 28, 29 years old, man. Think about it. Yo, you beat Teo and then you beat Devin Haney? Nobody could tell me what's better, the best consecutive wins. The best consecutive wins, man, in this generation, bro. I would say that he got better consecutive wins than even fucking Floyd Mayweather, bro. He beats Teo and then he beats Devin Haney after that. Moving up again. Remember, he moved up to 140. Then he moves up to 147. What? Shit. We talking about GOAT status right there, man. We talking about top 10 GOAT right there. I'ma say, I don't give a damn what y'all think. Go bring the past all you want. I'ma say he's top 10 GOAT. Top 10 GOAT if he goes out there and beat Devin the Dream Haney. He said, ain't no way. Why ain't no way? Why ain't no way? Why ain't no way? Why? Because we stuck in stories of the past? Nah, man. Man, we seen greatness right here. We already seen great. That victory over Teofimo Lopez was fucking awesome. Like, oh my God, bro. He did that to Teo. Yo, you told me, I did the video, I say, yo, y'all thought, man, y'all think that Teo's going to go inside that ring like one of the monsters from Space Jam is just going to take his skills and, yeah, he going to win. Y'all think that Shakur's going to win every round. Yo, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I knew that Shakur was great. But this type of great, to beat Teo and win every round versus Teo? My goodness, I would never bet anything like that. Shakur Stevenson is pound for pound, top 3. Could be pound for pound 2. Could be pound for pound 1. That shit I seen with my own eyes in Madison Square Garden, I couldn't believe it. This dude pitched a shutout versus Teofimo Lopez, brother. Nah, you great. You're greater than great. He beats Devin Haney moving up at 147. He's top 10 GOAT to me. What you say? He's top 10 GOAT. Find me somebody else. Find me. Shakur is special. Shakur Stevens is good, but a boring. He's not no boring fighter, bro. He's not a boring fighter. He's not no boring fighter. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that mess. That's it. He ain't no damn boring fighter to me. He ain't run nowhere. He stood in the middle of the ring the whole fight, 12 rounds with Teofimo Lopez. Everybody thought he was going to do Jermaine Ortiz and Sandor Martin. Nah, he ain't boring to me. He's not boring. Nah. No, he not. That's a narrative now. That's a narrative. He stopped Jamel Hearing. He hurt Oscar Valdez. He hurt Consocial. He knocked out Yoshino. He knocked out Yoshino. The electrician, and he outclassed a Teofimo Lopez. Nah, he not boring to me, bro. No. He said, "Punch, you gotta stop. Tank is way greater than Tank." Man, these guys. Shakur Stevens is a 4-division world champion, 2-division lineal champion. If Tank wants to be great like Shakur, he better come out and fight Shakur and show us. Because I believe the eye test shows me that if Tank really want to be great, he could be one of the greatest. He could be. But Tank doesn't want what you want. Don't give Tank something that he don't even want for himself. Don't crown Tank. Tank doesn't want that for himself right now. So don't downplay Shakur for wanting to be great and give it to Tank. Stop it, guys. I'm a Tank fan, but Tank doesn't want no part of being great. Stop giving him this greatness shit. Oh, he's better than Shakur. And what? He don't want to be better than Shakur. Stop giving him that. Stop giving him a crown. Nah, man. If Tank says, you know what? I'm inspired by what these guys are doing. Hey, yo, I want the best. I want Shakur Stevenson right now. And then if Tank actually says it, I'll believe Tank. But he don't even say it, bro. He don't even say, yo, I want to fight these dudes. I want to fight Shakur Stevenson next. Like, at least say those sentences. I want to fight Shakur Stevenson next. Right now, every YouTube channel will be talking about it. ESPN will be talking about it right now. All Tank has to say, I want Shakur Stevenson next. Every publication, every hip-hop podcast, boxing channel, every media folk, because every boxing eye knows that Tank is the goods. He just doesn't want to be what we want him to be. So right now, the biggest fight in America, the biggest fight to make is Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney. And if that fight cannot come to fruition, breaking news, I spoke to Keith Connolly after the fight, and I spoke to Bill Haney yesterday, and they both willing to do that. That's an easy fight to get finalized. Teo versus Haney. If they can't get Shakur in the ring, they will finalize the deal. They will finalize the deal for to fight Teofimo Lopez and vice versa. Teofimo Lopez to fight Devin Haney. That's what the two managers told me. So I'm going on facts. I'm going by the business, man. I ain't going by no story. They told me. Keith Connolly, Bill Haney, both managers told me that the next fight, if they can't secure Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, that the fight will be the easiest fight to be made. And both of them agreed is Teo versus Haney next in May or June. And if y'all think I'm lying, if y'all see Bill Haney on another platform, ask him. And then ask Keith Connolly that's going to be having Richards and Hitchens fighting, right, next week. Go ask him. Ask who you think Keith if y'all think I'm lying, any journalist ask Keith Connolly. He got Richards and Hitchens going to be fighting. Who are you trying to get Teo to fight next? And ask Bill Haney. And I'm telling you, this was the break they told me. He said, you think Teo power translates at 147? I don't think that the power, to be honest, um, I think that Teofimo Lopez need to go back to his bag, throw a lot of punches, throw combination punches, um, use your technique and athleticism as well. You know what I'm saying? Be unpredictable like you was in those other fights. Teo's just approach. I know that Barbosa and Shakur is different. Of course, we know that. But his approach, his motivation is, I know, I've been following Teo since the amateur. You know when he got that, he's excited. He's gonna do some split. He got the mojo. He came out flat. He didn't look like that confident. He looked like he fought in a way that I just want to get this over with. It was weird watching that approach. It was weird watching that approach. But anyway, hopefully he'll get that motivation and motivation back. You know what I'm saying? To really be great. You know, forget about people telling you that you good and great. Forget about being accepted. Forget about even being respected. Do it for you. At the end of the day, once your career is done, it's still going to be just about you. But yeah, man. So the breaking news is Teofimo Lopez not going to fire his dad. Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney is the biggest fight to be made. But if they can't make that fight, both managers are willing to finalize the fight with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez by May or June. Probably they gotta wait to Teofimo Lopez get stitched. Cut heel. What else? And let's see with Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. Maybe I don't know if it's gonna be an early turnaround, but Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, unification bout. Hopefully, I'm going for Ryan Garcia. So I spoke to Conor Benn. Conor Benn told me that he's seeking to fight Rolly Romero. I told him, what about Josh Kelly? He said, nah, I don't think that fight is going to be easily made. I'm like, why? Why not? So he got his set on Rolly Romero. So I think that's going to be the fight that's going to happen next. He was very adamant that fight is going to happen next. So I think Conor Benn is going to be fighting Rolly Romero. If Shakur doesn't want to get the Devin Haney fight next, I think that's the fight that he should get right away, man. He shouldn't even wait on that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be, I think Turkey's willing to give Shakur Stevenson 15 to 20 mil for that fight. If Devin Haney was making 12 million and Shakur made 10 million in Madison Square Garden, hey, yo, if the XLEC wants, bring that fight in Saudi Arabia and give them $20 million a piece. Nick Ball versus Figueroa, I think it's going to be in this. It's going to be a brawl out there, bro. But one thing about Figueroa, he just fights to the height of his competition, and that's one thing about Figueroa. I don't know, it's gonna be a tough fight. I think it could land in a split decision victory for Figueroa or for Nick Ball. But yeah, man. Yo, hope you have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next. We probably at it tomorrow night again. Y'all already know, man, with an open panel. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.